Hell yeah, we're going to make some changes. That's what Mike Tomlin said after the Steelers lost to the Texans last week. Well, we'll see about that. As Pittsburgh sits at 2-2, entering today with two one-score wins and two blowout losses, as they'll host the Baltimore Ravens in this AFC North showdown coming up next from Heinz Field, Acrisure Stadium in the Steel City. So thank you for tuning in and watching my live watch along reactions live right here on YouTube. As always, I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Coy and Luke 96. So the jig is up, the news is out. Steelers' offense is atrocious to say the least. No running game. Of course, the play calling sucks to begin with. But with a banged up quarterback, Kenny Pickett, who will start today following a scary knee injury last week with a sprained ligament, a bone bruise, but I think they're more worried about a calf, hamstring, just a left leg injury in general. After the 4th and 1 last week, in which they did not convert, and then of course the injury on top of it did not return. It didn't matter. Anyways, they ended up losing. But today, of course, that was then, this is now. They're back home before the bye week next week, playing a team that, the game's always going to come down to the wire against, in the Baltimore Ravens, as they take us to Pittsburgh. There's John Harbaugh along with Mike Tomlin. Of course, the standard is the standard, but stats don't lie. They're about dead last in every fucking category offensively so far this season. They probably should be 0-4, if not 1-3, but they're 2-2. They've had trouble stopping the run defensively, I might add. So, on offense, when they can't run the ball, defense can't stop the run. They've been in for a long game. The offense, hell, can't even get first downs half the time, let alone, getting Chris Boswell in field goal range, for God's sakes, to at least get some points on the board. So, the battle I'm looking at today, it starts up front as it always does. Pittsburgh's got some injuries, as does Baltimore. We'll get to those in a minute, but it's going to be the Steeler offense against this Raven defense, who, as Pittsburgh for the most part, normally is as well, pretty stout. So something's got to give. The thing is, as of course these two teams will meet twice this year, once today, once week 18. Baltimore hasn't won in Pittsburgh in quite a while, let alone Lamar Jackson hasn't fared well against the black and gold as the Raven starting quarterback. So keep that in mind, as at least I guess history is on the Steelers side in that regard. But they better show up, because if not, believe me, they're going to get booed out of the damn building by this crowd if they don't move the ball and score some points today. Let alone, win or lose, especially with the loss, as the defense might win them the game today. Matt Canada's days are numbered, or is he Dan Robbins now? I don't know. I don't think anybody fucking knows. As it's crucial catch for the NFL this October Sunday. Perfect football weather, about 50 degrees. Pittsburgh's on to kick off. Steelers back deep to receive, so defense out there first. But his days are numbered as the offense coordinator. Hell, I don't know why we're still having this fucking conversation, because one, he should have never been hired in the first place. Two, should have never been promoted to offense coordinator, let alone three, still be in this position at this point in time. Boswell on to kickoff. Brad Wing will still punt today with Presley Harvin out injured. We'll start with the defense of the Steelers with the injuries. Marvin Lee is out as well. as Cam Hayward's been out since week 1 with his injury. They've been hit by the injury bug. They're banged up. Hopefully they can get healthy here, soon. So we'll see, as Highsmith will be active coming off the other edge of TJ Watt. Herbig, I think, there he is on special teams, actually, speaking of the devil. His brother, Nate, will start at right guard again for James Daniels, but with Highsmith active, but, a little questionable, workload-wise, we might see 51 on the other side of Watt, 2 former Badgers getting after some Ravens later on. But here comes the Ravens offense in the meantime. 1st and 10 after a touchback from the 25-yard line. They'll be going left to right across the television screen right now. So thanks for tuning in and watching. We'll get into the intro momentarily, but this defense has to make a fucking stop. Crowd's going to feed off of it. Offense, hopefully, to do something. But we'll see what gives. 1st and 10, Jackson play action, going to throw, roll out near side, and it's caught 8 yards before Levi Wallace pushes him out of bounds. So 2nd and short coming up here for Baltimore right off the bat. But yeah, it's been up and down. There's been highs, there's been lows, seemingly more lows this season for the Steelers already. Just with, the potential they have, but that's what I was saying at the start. 2 close 1-score wins, but then 2 blowout losses. Like, there's no in between. It's one or the other. So they're going to have a chance if they can keep it close and get this game into the 4th quarter. A typical Steeler game for that matter to begin with, but, it's the Ravens. So enough said. As they stuff them at the line, no getting the play, 3rd and 2. They can get off the field early. Offense, moves the football. They have a spark. They have some momentum. Potentially an early lead rather than, needing whatever they'll need late. Really vice versa, because then, even if they're down, they're still going to be trying to come back. Unless they're getting blown out, because then it's over with. Somebody fucking tackle his ass. Jesus Christ. Just don't stand there and let him run. Lamar Jackson on 3rd and 2 on a quarterback draw. Hits the whole green grass in front of them, and they're sleepwalking right off the bat. That's a big 1st down for Baltimore. Jesus Christ. And then they finally wrap them up out past midfield, about the 40-yard line. So, Baltimore, they'll probably get some points on this drive. I mean, they're about to be in field goal range here for Justin Tucker if they have to settle for 3. But Jackson looking to throw down the middle. Oh, all right. Probably should have been a big 1st down reception, but he dropped it, hit him right in the hands. Incomplete. Pittsburgh was right there to pick it off, but it went through their hands too, and then, we'll replay it down. So make it 2nd and 10. Yeah. From Louisville to Boston College, Patrick Peterson out of LSU, as Jackson got hit there at the end of the play. Almost picked him off, but 2nd and 10 from the 41. They'll throw it again. It's incomplete. Intended for Mark Andrews. See, the pass game really ain't working for them. It's the run. And Pittsburgh has trouble stopping the run. So, if I'm Baltimore, I'm running the fucking football because the Steelers can't stop it. That's how you're going to win. Whereas Pittsburgh, they're going to have offensively, of course, play calling is going to be better, but, just convert, execute plays, get 1st downs. Starts up front, though, to run the football, wear them out on defense, and then you take your shots. But then with special teams, you're going to want to take your points, but even more so not in the return game. Jackson looking to throw again, incomplete. 4th down, Steelers defense gets off the field, so they get a big 1st down run on a 3rd and 2, and then 3 straight passes, 3 incompletions. 4th down. I mean, I'm not going to be surprised they kick a field goal here. be a 41, 51, about a 58, 59-yard kick. They'll probably punt, though, and pin them deep. Yeah, they'll punt here just to play it safe. It's still early, 12:46 to play in this first quarter. So Austin back deep to receive. Give me a hell yeah. He'll let it bounce, and it'll be down at the 4-yard line. So Pittsburgh will start there, 1st and 10. With the 8-ball, Kenny Pickett starting quarterback for Pittsburgh today. He was a go in practice all week following the injury scare last week at Houston. As mentioned at the end of that game, it was okay. Start there. See what the situation is. Of course, they go on a bye next week, so could have potentially, held them out today if they wanted to, but they decided not to, and it's probably the better decision. Gives you the best chance to win still, because he is a starting quarterback for a reason, compared to who they have behind him. But offensive line needs to protect them. They need to block for the run game. The offense needs to move the football, plain and simple. End of story. You can't do 5 yards on the first play, another 3 yards on the next play, nothing, then punt, and then it's 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. But that's what it's been. They got to get a first down. They got to get a spark and some momentum and rhythm build up and move the football. Take your shots, catch them off guard. Offensively with the injuries now. Dan Moore's out at left tackle, so Broderick Jones getting his first start. Rookie out of Georgia who they picked in the first round this past year in the draft. As mentioned, James Daniels out at right guard as well. Herbig to start once more. Freiermuth out at tight end, so another Georgia Bulldog and Darnell Washington, who Pittsburgh picked in the 3rd round this past year in the draft. Along with Connor Hayward will be the 2 tight ends. They activated Rodney Williams from the practice squad, I might add as well. So we'll see, if it gets down to that point. I mean, they really haven't thrown the fucking football to the tight ends anyway, so I don't know why I'm talking about it. But they need to get the tight ends involved. They need to, work the middle of the field. Just work the sticks, run the football, run the pass run, do whatever the fuck you're going to do. Just move the ball. I don't care how you get downfield and score. Just move the football and score. If you have to settle for 3, kick it. Take the points, especially in a game like this. It's going to come down to the wire. It always does. So we'll see here how this offense is going to fare today. Because if they continue to suck it up, the defense has to win them the game. If it even gets to that point, unless they're getting blown out, it's going to be a long fucking afternoon for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And for all of us watching, but thank you for tuning in and watching my live watch-along reactions. So they run it on the first play, Najee Harris for a couple yards, 2nd down coming up. But, yeah, I mean, with all the injuries, whether they're playing or not, it's still next man up mentality. You play with who you have. That's why you have to figure in the active roster. Jalen Warren in motion, as they'll hand off to Najee Harris for another 2 yards to make it 3rd and 6. Good God. And guess what's coming next? A throw, and they're going to be ready for it, and they're going to have to punt. Yeah, so your line with Jones and Herbig at left tackle and right guard. You have 77, you have Oos at 73, Isaac Somalu at left guard. Mason Coles, your starting center, Herbig, and then Chooks out at right tackle. 3rd and 6, he's looking to throw near side. It's caught. And did he get the first down? Right at the sticks. It's going to be enough for a Steeler first down. They move the ball. That's a Pittsburgh Steeler first down. Holy shit. Did hell freeze over? They get the tight end involved as well. Connor Hayward for 6 yards on the dot, first down. All right, now keep this running game going. You got to establish a running game early and keep at it. You can't, get away from it. And they'll run it again. Najee Harris to the 20-yard line. He goes. It's balance, it's consistency, it's keeping it simple. You know, but it's not also like playing like third graders all the time. Okay, you're in the NFL for a fucking reason. So um, let's keep it going. Yeah, 2nd and 5. Just move the ball. If it's slow and steady, you're taking up time as well, controlling the clock. For the most part, it should work out in your favor later. Just whatever you do, don't turn the ball over. Hand off to Naj again, and another yard. So 3rd and 4 coming up. So they had 3rd and 6 they converted. 3rd and 4 coming up, you'd think they'd be able to convert too. We'll see. But under 10 to play here in the first. Tied up to 0. Baltimore did get a first down, but then, had to punt. Pittsburgh with a first down. 3rd and 4 coming up. So we'll see if they continue to drive or they're going to have to punt as well. And then it's back and forth until somebody does something. But here we go. 3rd and 4. And out of the gun is Kenny Pickett. Jalen Warren, that tailback. Going to block. His throw will be far side. Incomplete, 10 for George Pickens, and no flag on the play. So 4th down, they'll punt. All right. Both offenses got first down, and then 3 plays later, they both had to punt. So, there are some boos, and rightfully so, just because with how bad they've looked offensively so far this year, let alone the past few years with Matt Canada. Once again, stats don't lie. Field of the 33, about a 10-yard return. But you also got to give credit to the defenses because they're making stops. So it might be a, typical Ravens Steeler game. It's what defense going to bend doesn't break, when the game's on the line, coming down to, the nitty gritty and, then somebody turns the ball over. Just how it is. So, we'll see what happens. But from a blowout loss to 2 straight, 1-score wins, and then another blowout loss, and a game last week was a hell of a lot closer than the final score showed, as they did have numerous chances to score and let alone win that game. Of course, didn't though. Even with where they were, okay, looking back on it, yeah, they probably should have kicked it, but then they ran what they ran on 4th down. Pick goes down. He's okay for the time being. Knock on wood. Hopefully he'll continue to be okay moving forward. You got to help them out in the run game. Yeah, no doubt about it. Which last week they probably did run the ball the best they've ran the ball all season thus far. I will admit that. Because the yards added up. Had a couple big first down runs. But the defense, wasn't making any stops. And that's when they, get in these situations and it's blowout because the offense ain't doing anything. Normally, okay, at least the defense is making stops. Well, 2 blowout losses, defense, no stops whatsoever, and then the game just gets out of hand. But, remember the turnovers that led to points last week. Those field goals very well could have been touchdowns for the Texans. They lucked out. But then you take off a couple, field goals potentially. You score once or twice yourself. That's the thing offensively, moving the football, defense making stops. Like, the game was a hell of a lot closer than it was. But then, they don't convert. They ended up scoring, a couple more times after picking one out. And, that was all she wrote. And Tomlin said after, yeah, hell yeah, we're going to make some changes. But then he admitted, in his weekly presser then on Tuesday, he met, about, practice, layout, and, what they do through the week compared to, on game days. Yet, if you're making a change, hopefully it's going to affect, the whole entire organization, as a whole. Like, they should know. They should, have in their head, we got to make some fucking plays, because if not, we're going to get our ass kicked like we, got handed to us twice. Might add, they had trouble leaving Houston again last week, as they had trouble on the plane the week prior, coming back from Vegas. That was oil pressure. Last week it was a mechanical issue, but they got back safe and sound. They still haven't landed in the end zone offensively by any means. They're still stuck on the fucking tarmac. But 2 yards there for Baltimore, 2nd and 8 from the 43. Lamar Jackson's pass over the middle caught. Quan Alexander on the tackle. So, out past midfield again, go the Baltimore Ravens for this 1 o'clock kick on CBS. We got Iron Eagle and Charles Davis along with Evan Washburn on the call. This is the only game on for myself right now, as Fox does not have a 1 o'clock game on in my area right now. That'll be at 4 o'clock, so we'll get a doubleheader at 4 compared to at 1. So it's only Ravens Steelers, as it should be anyway. But as Lamar Jackson looks to throw again, 1st and 10, that pass will be caught. Tackle him, oh my God. And they finally do. Levi Wallace wraps him up, 1st and 10, Baltimore once more. But we have, in the meantime, had some NFL games already be played this week 5. So stay tuned. Coming up halftime, more first half stats and scores. Recap, see what the hell's going on this week in the NFL, along with a preview for next week. So stay tuned for that. They'll run it. Gus Edwards from the bench warmers gets about 6 yards up the middle, 2nd down and 4. As you know, Baltimore is one of the best, rushing teams in the league. They're going to run the football. So in Pittsburgh, having trouble stopping the run, you want to win, you're going to have to stop the run and, be efficient offensively with the running game yourself, making plays, just, as Keanu Neal's down injured. So we'll see who steps up in the secondary in his absence. But 2nd and 4 incoming. So they've been just banged up by injuries. I mean, it doesn't matter who it is, let alone what side of the ball, or it's been each and every position. It's either this guy or this guy or this guy. They can't catch a fucking break. And then mostly all of them have been, pretty significant, and, players are missing time. They've been making a lot of roster moves, I might add, too. Just to figure it out. Which, sometimes it might just take some time to find your identity, if you will. Which, offensively, there isn't one. It's the defense. But that's the thing offensively. If they can run the football, I think they'll be okay, because it's going to open up a lot of stuff. No turnovers, but they rely on this defense way too damn much. They do. It's pathetic at times, but then it's like, well, 9 times out of 10, they're going to make plays and make stops for you. So TJ Watt swats it down and complete, 2nd and 10. So we play it down here again, as he just jumped up on the line and bats it down. So 2nd and 10 incoming. They'll for sure, they had self a free kick it at this rate unless they turn it over. Pittsburgh will be down here probably 3 towards the end of the 1st quarter. But they'll run it. That is, of course, they don't score, which they do. Jesus Christ. Justice Hill up the middle. Touchdown Ravens, 6:15 to play in the first, 6-0. Extra point to come. Missed tackle. Missed tackle. Missed tackle. End zone he goes, touchdown. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. So we've seen this before. They can't stop the run. Go, pretty decent size rushing touchdown. Extra points up and good. 7-0 Ravens. You know, the offense can't do anything. And then here before too long, game's probably can get out of hand. You know, be a blowout unless this offense can, you know, respond somehow, cut this lead, if not tie it up. Then we'll still have ourselves a ball game, and you know, comes down sometime, you know, second half, you'd think, as it normally does with these two once again. So, it's just when it's as it's been, you know, the offense can't do anything, the defense is just letting them run wild. That's why they've gotten blown out, you know, because they just can't do anything, let alone can't make any stops. Or they are playing like, you know, third graders in that regard. So just it's frustrating. That's all it is. It's just fucking frustrating. It's all hell. You know, especially when you know as much as they do, I might add, you know, what they're capable of, and yet, you know, show no fight. I mean, you got to give credit to, you know, teams that have gotten blown out by, more so than not the 49ers. The Texans use the same fucking system, I might add, and they use the same game plan. And hey, it worked, bingo. And 2 blowouts. I mean, but they're at home. You know, they're playing division opponent in Baltimore. You know, you go back to the Cleveland game on Monday night, you know, a couple weeks back. Let alone just every fucking meeting, home or away, in division. You know, those are the games that matter the most. Because if you can take care of business in division, you know, let alone, you know, the rest of your schedule. But if you do have some hiccups, you know, along the way, you're still going to be fine. You know, you're still going to be in the thick of it. So, like, you can't let them come in as they have, you know, a few times. And we've gone into their place a few times as well. And it's like, okay, they'll split then. But you just can't let them come in and do what they want. You know, make themselves at home and take care of business. You got to make them fight for it. You know, but you also got to show some fight yourself. Like, you just can't let them do whatever they want, and then you're fine with it because you're not going to do anything about it. And then you wonder why, you know, it gets piled up. You wonder why, you know, you're down in a hole. Like, you gotta keep it close. You gotta keep it, you know, within reach. So we'll see here now what the offense does, because both teams, remember, first down and then 3 plays later a punt on their opening drives. And then the Ravens, they drove and scored. We'll see what Pittsburgh does here. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Fake to give to Najee Harris a roll out near side. Going to throw a cross body. And then he tucks and runs for 3 yards. I know why he likes to roll out near side to his left. You know, he's not Mike Vick, for God's sakes. That's Daniel Jones, Vanilla Vick. We see how the Giants are. And I get the connection with the Rooneys and the Maras, but, you know, they're not playing good. Pittsburgh really not either. But they're here nor there right now. Like, fucking roll out to their side. You know, you throw on the run rather than throw fucking across your body. He got 2 yards officially. Second made. They'll run Najee Harris another yard or 2. So third and 6 coming up. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no shit. Antsy, frustrated, displeased, distraught, whatever fucking, you know, word you want to put to it. You know, it's just, I don't get, and they know it, but I don't get how they can think, you know, this is acceptable to playing this way. Because it's not. 3rd and 6 from the 29. And Kenny Pickett looking to throw. And that'll be incomplete near side. As the receiver looked like he slipped and fell and Now here come the boo birds. You suck. No fucking shit. Surprised they haven't panned Dan Robbins, Matt Canada up in the booth yet. Jesus Christ. That's why, like, couple yards here, couple yards there. All right, third down. We don't convert. We go 3 and out. That's the game plan. Good God. About a 5-yard return. They wrap them up. So this defense going to make a fucking stop. Unless this game's going to get out of control. Because we've seen it how many times already, this year. But, shit, just... Like I was saying, I don't get how they can think. I know they know they can't be playing like this, but they are. That doesn't lie either. I just don't understand how they can think this is acceptable. They playing like this. Like, it's not Steeler football. It's not. I get it starts at the top. Tomlin still, he still hasn't had a losing season. He has had some issues with offensive coordinators, though. Like, maybe a couple years here and there, and then move on to somebody else and stuff doesn't work out. Hey, we're right back to it. Same old. Like, because there was talk this past week. Like, okay, well, Tomlin's a problem compared to everybody else. Well, I mean, I can understand your argument, but the thing is, like, who are you going to hire, if you get rid of him? Okay, start there. Let alone, he's going to have a job in a fucking split second after, they move on from him, which they won't. They're not going to. So, fucking just quit. Stop. Matt Canada's the fucking problem. But then it's also, as much as players' fault as it is with the play calling, because they got to fucking execute still. Like, is it Matt Canada's fault? I'm not sticking up for the guy by any means, because he fucking sucks as a assistant coach, let alone a coordinator, calling plays. Like, he shouldn't be in the position he's in. He is, for whatever fucking reason. But is it his fault that the fucking defense has given up, everything they've gave up so far this year? No, but then the offense is not putting the defense in good spots because they're out there all the fucking time because the offense can't move the fucking football. So it does circle back to them a little bit, and that's what it circles back around to. They rely on the defense too damn much. They rely on them to literally do fucking everything for them. When it's a team, sports, a team game, there's no I in team. Let alone offense or defense, for that matter. Like, this defense needs to make a fucking stop or two. And then the offense needs to get rolling. Like, they need a fucking reason to do something. When that reason should be made up, in the days leading up to the game. All right, we're going out to win. That's the name of the game, is to win. There's an I in win. Because that's all anybody ever fucking remembers, let alone cares about, is whether you won or lost. So, 4 or 5 yards, second down coming up. This defense needs to make stops, maybe get some points if they can. I mean, that's sort of how they fucking won the Brown game a few weeks back. Had 2 defense touchdowns. Relied on special teams that night, too. Still wasn't almost enough, but found a way to win. That screen's complete. More missed tackles. Jesus Christ, in the first down. Should have been wrapped up. No gain on the play. They give him 6 yards. Like, they need to go back to the fucking basic fundamentals of football. Because they're not playing, basic, fundamentally sound. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, they... are 2-2, yes. With a win, both teams would be 3-2 today. All day to throw, and he's going to tuck it and run, and they still can't tackle him. He's a couple yards short of the first down, so another second and manageable coming up. That's the other thing offensively. Like, they can't even fucking get themselves in manageable situations. You know, and even when they do, they still can't convert. So it doesn't fucking matter. But they just... Yeah, they can't do a damn thing right. Let alone catch a break. Hand off, first down. It's just... It's going to get to the point, even though we're sort of already there. You know, the question will arise. You don't want to, you know, think about it, let alone say it, but how much fucking worse can this get? Give us an update. We'll check scores out here in a minute. But for Baltimore 1st and 10, and Jackson out of the gun. Will throw complete to Mark Andrews, and then another first down Baltimore, 15-yard reception to the 30. Jesus Christ. Just, oh my God. Like, people want to get rid of Matt Canada. Well, why don't you get rid of Terrell Austin, I might add, too. You know, because... And I brought this up late last year. Go check my videos if you don't believe me. Like, I get keeping it in-house, you know, promoting from within with who they have. But they hired both of them from the outside in when they brought them in, you know, and it just... Once again, it circles back around. Like, I don't understand. I don't get how they can think this is okay, because it's not. Lamar Jackson, that's a hold. That is a hold. Oh my God, throw the fucking flag. 51 seconds to play in this first quarter. There's a hold on the left tackle on Highsmith, and they didn't call it. Get holding happens on every play, but come on. But they've had, long story short with what I was just saying there, they've had chances to, you know, make changes. It's been more so with, you know, some personnel, with all the players they brought in the past 2 years, because that's unlike them, you know. Whereas, you know, you look down at the assistant coaches, like, yeah, they're going to be next, you know, and then it'll be, if it still ain't working out to that point, well, okay, maybe you move on, but that's still the thing. Like, you get rid of this guy, you get rid of that guy. Who are you going to bring in? You know? But these are all conversations, you know, we can be having at a later date, you know. Because the thing is, it's still early. There is still a lot of football to be played. Okay? It is October the 8th. It is week 5. The season runs until these two teams will meet again, week 18, mid-January. So, yeah, leave it at that. This thing, you can take care of business, potentially get some help, you know, if you need it, but hopefully not. But if you do, all right, you get it, hopefully. But this thing, it's one game at a time, you know. But then if you suck, you're not taking care of business, you don't get the help, well, then it just is what it is, because then it's all your fucking fault to begin with. Because the name of the game is to win. You know, you can't even win yourself. Like, you shouldn't, you know, be asking, let alone getting the help that you need. Sometimes it's worked out, sometimes it hasn't in their favor. But it's still early, It's a lot of football played. They've only played one game in division. They're 2-2. They're 1-0 in the North. This is the second game today. And then, as I've been saying, even from the one-score wins to the blowout losses, you look at the schedule ahead. Play the Ravens today. The next time they play a divisional opponent won't be until the Sunday before Thanksgiving. So, as long as they're middle of the pack, average, just not the whole way out of it. This is where you want to be, sort of, anyway. Like, you don't want to be the best. You sure as hell don't want to be the fucking worst, even though they are offensively. You want to be right there in the middle of the pack, and then you make your run late. But, if you can be 2-0, well, and 1-1 after today in the division, maybe they do make a change, an offense coordinator then. I'd hope. I think everybody's hoping for that. 1st and 10 here to begin the second quarter for the Baltimore offense from the 18-yard. That's a false start. And then a pass complete. And then more missed tackles before a 4-yard pickup. Jesus Christ. Fucking tackle him. And then you get into the bye week, I might add, too, next week. So if not now, when are you making changes? If, you want to, move on, let alone you just don't like where you're at, blah, blah, blah. Especially with the criticism, the outside noise that, damn well they know it's there. They know it's being said. They just don't want to admit it. They try to block it out. Which, and rightfully so. I mean, try to do that too. But, what the fuck? Middle of the play, they go to fucking commercial, and then they come back. As that pass was caught by Odell Beckham Jr., and it'll be a 3rd and short here for Baltimore. 3rd and 2 officially. And they'll run it, and a 1st down, and a 1st and goal now at the 3. Jesus Christ. Minka Fitzpatrick on the tackle. So, yeah, I'll leave it at that. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, they're already in a hole. They're going to be even in a bigger hole here in a couple more seconds. But if they can just stay within reach this game, let alone the whole season, they're going to be in it. So, another hold, and then no gain on the play anyway, but 2nd and goal. We'll see here. Second and goal from the 5. Watch the quarterback draw. And watch Mark Andrews. Jackson over the middle. It's incomplete, intended for Mark Andrews in the back of the end zone. 3rd and goal. Can they force a field goal? I mean, you're still down 2 scores, but can you force a kick? Turnover would be nice. Come on, defense. Same formation. And Jackson, incomplete. Wow. That should have been caught for a touchdown. He dropped it. He's brick-handed today for sure. That's the 2nd drop he's had. He's pissed about that one too because it should have been a touchdown. And Pittsburgh's right there to pick it off again, and they let it fall through their hands too, and it's incomplete. So it'll be 4th and goal, and Baltimore will kick a field goal It'd be a chip shot. It'd be about a 23-yarder. Yeah, 23-yard field goal here coming up for Justin Tucker. And from the near hash, kicks up and good. So 10-0 Baltimore. 12:23 to play in the half. They lead the Pittsburgh Steelers by 1.5, 2 scores now. And maybe this third drive coming up for the Steeler offense will be the charm. They've had to punt not once, but twice already. At least they did get a first down on the opening drive, but then a couple plays later, still had to punt anyway. Like, they got to move the fucking football. They got to get a first down. They got to get some momentum. They got to get some rhythm built up. You know, get this defense off balance. Starts up front. You know, they got to be able to block to protect and block to run. You know, the run game's somewhat there. I mean, if they, you know, keep pounding it, maybe a break one. But they got to work the sticks. You know, I get with all the injuries. You know, okay, it's still next man up mentality, though. Like, you have at receiver Deontay Johnson out. Okay. George Pickens, Allen Robinson, Calvin Austin behind them. Get him the fucking football. Take your shots. Okay. These tight ends, though, even before Freiermuth went down with an injury, and you add Connor Hayward's catch earlier for the first down, the only first down they have so far today, you know, to the stat book, you know, all season. They have maybe 10 catches, if that, for maybe 50 to 100 yards, you know, total through 4 games, which is absolutely pathetic. They got to get these tight ends more involved. And with Freiermuth now out, like I was saying, it's Darnell Washington, Connor Hayward, as mentioned, Rodney Williams, activated from the practice squad. But see, we've seen Najee Harris, you know, getting a couple yards here and there. Nothing to Jalen Warren yet. You know, Pickett really hasn't done a hell of a lot. You know, just luckily they haven't turned the ball over. Defense giving up 10 points, probably should be 14. Could be, you know, 3 scores, you know, if they would have scored on their open drives. But they punted, just like Pittsburgh did. And then Baltimore 10 unanswered. Steelers going to get the ball back here. There's an aerial shot of Heinz Field on the North Shore. But, man, just, it's frustrating. From the goal line on the return, there's a flag on the back end of it. This might be against Baltimore on a hit. But about a 20-yard return to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, Pittsburgh from there. We'll see what the dirty laundry is though from the Zebras. This is our first penalty of the game, I believe. Yeah. Got a hold, of course, on Pittsburgh. Be half the distance. And now they say a 10-yard hold officially. So, 1st and 10, Pittsburgh, back inside the 20-yard line. Not starting off hot, but what's new? You know, I mean, at this rate, it's like, Jesus Christ. 1st and 10 from the 10, down 10. And Pickett looking to throw. Over the middle, it's incomplete. Intended for Darnell Washington. More boos, and rightfully so. Well, I mean, maybe a penalty on that too, but why didn't he throw to Calvin Austin far side? He's wide fucking open. Like, he's got to see the field better, you know? But, oh, wait, just because he played at Pitt, you can let it slide. No, he's now a Steeler. And now they got to call a fucking timeout. My God. And they'll take a commercial break with this timeout. I get you want to make sure you're set, but you're taking a fucking timeout after an incompletion on 1st and 10. What is there to make sure you're set about? Like, you just had all the fucking time in the world to relax and get ready for this drive. It's a fucking timeout. Hopefully they're not going to need here before halftime, is all I'll say. And they better do something out of this timeout rather than, stay where they're at or let them go backwards. They'll work empty out of the gun, 2nd and 10 from the 10. Down 10, 12-14 to play in the half. Kenny Pickett looking to throw, near side. Pickens, first down at the 30. All right. You got to keep it going, though. You just can't do one big thing and then nothing. That's where they, fall flat. That's when, it starts to not go their way, because with the play calling, they just, okay, that's enough. We're gonna, not do anything the rest of the drive, and, have to punt here. Allen Robinson, 8 yards. 2nd and 2 coming up. Yeah, they got to keep going. They got to keep at it. They got to, keep moving the football. Can't do one thing and then just, take a step back and nothing. Hand off Jalen Warren, first down Steelers. There you go. You got to keep it going now. You got to drive going potentially. You got to keep moving the football. First down, first down, first down. And not really. I mean, they're just, I guess they do play better when they go fast. Pickett's pass far side, incomplete, and 10 for Pickens. And it's incomplete. Yeah, no flag, no penalty on that. I mean, you're always going to look for one, but if it's a no call, it's a good no call. Believe me, I'll let you know if it was a fucking, missed call or a bad penalty. But incomplete, 2nd and 10. So, yeah, they got to keep going. One play at a time here. Keep it moving. But somebody's got to be a dog today. I don't care who the fuck it is that steps hell up. They're banged up with all the injuries. They overall as a team, though, still just got to execute and make plays. Move the football as they do there for another 4 yards. 3rd and 6 coming up. Right around midfield. So they got to just keep moving the football. Keep getting some first downs. I mean, hell, Boswell's always spot on for the most part. At times, though, they can't even get him fucking field goal range, if they have to settle for 3. Like, that's how bad, it's been. Like, they can't even get out past midfield. 3rd and 6 from the 46. But they got something going here, it looks like. We'll see if they can convert again. Throw it to him. He's wide fucking open. Oh, my God. You want to stare at him for another 10 minutes before you throw him the ball next time, Kenny Pickett? First down, Connor Hayward. Jesus Christ. 1st and 10, Steelers. That's another first down on this drive. Now you got to, hope to get some points now. Cut this lead. He is wide open. How did he not see him? He finally checked it down to him and got him the ball. Take what the defense gives you. Don't force it. They finally threw him the ball. Good God. 1st and 10, Steelers from the 43. Kenny Pickett going deep into the end zone. A little too much for George Pickens. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. 9:35 to play in a half. All right. I'd probably get back to the run game here. Maybe run a screen. Make it 3rd manageable rather than, 3rd and 10 or, 3rd and long. So Najee Harris from the right to the left. Kenny Pickett out of the gun. Comes back near side. It's complete. Allen Robinson for 3 yards. All right, 3rd and 7 coming up. Can they convert again? Can they pick up their 4th first down on this drive? We'll see. Of course, 4 total whole entire game. 3rd and 6 officially, they say. I don't know how he got 4 yards on that, but they got to keep moving, you know? I mean, you got in this point, don't stall now. You know, you're right on the outside field goal range. Let alone, okay, you don't get the first down, it's 4th and 2, 4th and 3. Boswell, you know, get out there and kick 50-yarder. But you can't take a sack just like that. Jesus Christ. And that's another thing, too. The teams they've played so far this year, former Steelers who they've let go to bring in who they've brought in, have made plays. Last week it was Steven Nelson. Right now, Arthur Millette. Now they have to punt. And fair caught by Baltimore at the 8-yard line. Hell, you go back to the Raider game. You had Robert Spillane. I don't think there's anybody currently on the Browns as a former Steeler. Okay, so other than it, one game, because then Ray McLeod in San Francisco, you know, in the return game. So, like, some stuff's come back to bite them in the ass. Like, you can't allow that to happen. You know, they had something going there, and then boom, nothing. Jesus Christ. Just this defense, you know, unless they give up more points, you know, we're in a blowout again. Maybe get something in the return game, but I highly doubt it. This defense, though, going to have to make some stops if they want, you know, overall to win this game. Because if this keeps up, you know, as we near halftime, it's just going to get out of hand, you know? Especially when, you know, okay, like the typical Steeler game is the slow start. They do something right before halftime, and then they're making stops in the second half. They're finding a way to win. Sometimes they'll come up short, but so far this year, it's been, okay, the one-score wins, they've had leads early. They've hung on to win. The blowout losses, they've been down. They don't do anything before halftime. And even if they do, it ain't much. Let alone then get into the second half. You're hoping for that stop. They can't stop them, and then boom, it's over with them. You know, like they are not playing good, to say the least. Which is, you know, no surprise with, you know, how it's been so far the first month of the year. Once again, it's just frustrating. As all hell, it's frustrating. Because once again, when you know, as much as I do, thanks for tuning in once again, but as much as they do as well, you know, they could be playing 10 times better, you know, than they are, because they have the potential. Because we've seen them do it. You know, that's the other thing. Yeah, no, it's just like, let's play like the Browns. Let's play like, you know, bad teams. Now we got to scuffle, excuse me, as Gus Edwards shuffled for a few yards up the middle. So the refs break that up. 2nd and 7 incoming. It could be a hell of a lot worse than it is. It's 10-0. Probably should be at a max 21. And they're, you know, going to try to drive here, lengthen the field, probably chew out some clock and score again before halftime if they can. The only good thing about, you know, Pittsburgh being down is the Steelers are going to get the ball back to begin the second half because they kicked off, as they always defer their choice or option in the second half, just so they can get that extra possession. Coming on halftime, regardless if they're up or down. So hopefully it works out in their favor, but it's frustrating, man. First and 10. From the 20. And then complete to Mark Andrews. First down. Keanu Neal's back out there. He makes the tackle along with Landon Roberts. Like, where the hell is TJ Watt at? Where's Highsmith at? Where's Mink at? It sucks Cam Hayward's hurt, He'd be in the middle of the defense. I mean, the whole entire middle linebacking core is brand new this year. But regardless if they're, new players or old players, they're still the Pittsburgh Steelers. How you should be playing. And it's not like this. This, as the saying goes, you're playing like a bunch of third graders. Second and 10, Baltimore from the 33. They run a screen, missed tackle, fumble. KZ and Levi Wallace recover it. Steeler ball at midfield, first and 10. 5:31 to play in the half. They got 2 timeouts. They got to capitalize off this now. They got to score. They got to get some points. I'll take a fucking field goal if it comes down to it. That's why I go back to that sack. That was big. Defense gets them out of the jam, punches the ball out, fumble. Steelers right there to recover. But say they had a field goal on the last drive. Say they score off this, turnover with a touchdown. We're tied up at 10, let alone have to set up another 3. They cut it again, down 10-6. It's a whole different ball game than what it just was a couple minutes ago, potentially going into halftime. But they're going to have it first and 10 at midfield, 5:31 to play in the half, and 2 timeouts. Down 10. But they got to score. They got to get some points. Like I said, I'll take a field goal. Touchdown would be even better. You're only down 3 then compared to 7. Maybe then if you can hold, a little bit again before halftime and then coming out of half as well. In the meantime, hopefully you get a field goal or just score some more points yourself. Tied up, let alone, take a lead, if it comes down to it. And then we're deep into the second half, defense making more plays, hopefully. And then you're trying to find a way to win. Let alone hold on to a lead if you have it. That's a big turnover. Like, this can potentially, with where we're at and how the game's gone. And guess what? It's right before halftime. Boom, they're finally waking up. They're going to try to make some plays here and execute and score some points and get some momentum and the rhythm on their side, and then work on that. Work with that, from that, to, get themselves back in this game. So I'll leave it at that. We'll see where we go from here. But yeah, that's a big turnover. They just can't turn the ball over themselves. First 10 at midfield, you should be able to get, I'd hope, 15 yards for a field goal, because they were right there after, a good drive going on the last drive before the sack, and they had to punt. So those points left off the board are crucial. We'll see in the long run how crucial, but there's a big turnover. They gotta capitalize off of it. They do, and I think if they can, they'll be just fine. They'll be right back in this ball game, and we'll go from there. So I'll leave it at that. But just as always, thanks for tuning in and watching. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Like, subscribe below, and we'll get back to the action here shortly. So starts now. They're building slow and steady, but I think you'd get fucking sick and tired of playing like ass, and you'd actually want to do something. So we'll see if they can. So 1st and 10, Pittsburgh from midfield, 49-yard line officially. And now empty set out of the gun. Pickett rolls out and throws it out of bounds, incomplete. A little high. Yeah, I don't know what he was doing there. But, incomplete. 2nd and 10. Yeah, that's a big turnover. They just got to capitalize off of it now with some points. And if they can, well, they're right back in this ballgame. They are. Yeah, like I said, it starts now. But after the incompletion, 2nd and 10. And KP looking to throw down the middle. It's caught. 1st down Steelers, Calvin Austin. Or that's Pickens, 14, not 19. Right at 1st down marker, 1st down. Come on. Let's continue to move football. Let's drive. Let's score some points here. Under 5 to play in the half. They still got 2 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning, I might add. Yeah, run the football. Oh, fuck. They run an end around. All right, it works out. They get a 1st down out of it. Pickens gets inside the 25. First down. So, yeah, that worked out. Normally it doesn't, But they had the blocking. Boom, 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 and then, a couple more yards and a big 1st down pickup. Pickett rolls out on 1st and 10. And incomplete. Intended for Miles Boykin, a former Raven. So incomplete, 2nd and 10. So, 2nd and 10 from the 24. Jalen Warren going to motion. They dump it off to him on a screen, but nowhere for him to go. Jesus Christ. 3rd and 10. So they get the turnover. They go 25 yards, and now they're starting to stall. And, probably going to have to settle for 3 here, but, you take the points. You get 3-7 off that, turnover, so be it. It's points off turnover then. You just, look to play another down. Keep at it, but 3rd and 11. So they say he lost a yard. So we're at the 25-yard line. 3rd and 11 for Pittsburgh, down 10. Kenny Pickett, oh my God, don't. Jesus Christ, dude. When he gets fucking flustered, he does not know what to do. He just wants to fucking run around and then heave it. No. Stand in the pocket and deliver the ball. And if you go down the sack, you go down the sack. It's good coverage. Nobody was open. But now they have to settle for 3 after all that. 43-yard field goal here for Boswell with 3-2-1 to play in the half. Kicks up, kicks good. 10-3 Ravens on top of the Steelers. We near halftime. So we see if this defense can make another stop. They get 3 points off the turnover. I'll take it. Probably should have been a touchdown drive with the way it was going, but I'll take the field goal. But yeah, people shit on Matt Canada. Well, they probably should be, at times, shit on some players because as coaches coach, players can still got to play and execute plays. Whether it's a good play call or not, you still got to make the most of it. Not sticking up for anybody in particular, but it's just when they don't do anything, or then it ends like that. Okay, you still take your points. You're relying on your great field goal kicker in Chris Boswell, who is very underrated, compared to Justin Tucker, who always, gets the credit as the best kicker in the NFL, and rightfully so at times, but, just in general for special teams, you got to rely on your special teams. You got to take your points while you can get them, because you don't know how much you're going to need or when you're going to need them later. It's better off to have it than not. It's better to be prepared than not. Plain and simple in the story in that discussion. So it's just, remember the drive before this, turnover drive they got 3 points off of. That third down, he goes down the sack. When, you just get a couple yards, you kick another field goal. It's not 10-3, it's 10-6 right now. That's another crucial 3 points that they could have. But they don't. And they had to punt. So this defense, I get it's still early, still a lot of football to be played, but defense going to have to make more stops for him, give this offense a fucking reason to do something, and then, drive and score hopefully. And they just got themselves back in this game with that turnover and then a field goal off of it. But you just can't, do that and then think, okay, we're going to, hold steady and sit back and watch them do their thing. Baltimore, 3:16 to play in the half with a 2-minute warning and 3 timeouts. You can't let them drive and score before halftime. Remember last week, they gave up, because all the missed tackles, a field goal to Houston. And that 3 points at, a couple different times in the second half was big, before, the way it ended up finishing out. So, yeah, you just can't do something and let them do something, on top of it, unless it's just back and forth, and whoever has the ball last wins. No, this game's going to still, I feel, come down to the wire. It always does. It's Ravens Steelers, enough said. And so we'll see how this defense fares, if they can get a stop or not. Maybe they get the ball back and do something themselves before halftime again, because you're just going to be playing catch-up, if you are doing anything at all, let alone nothing, and then you're just giving up left and right, whatever to them. You got to keep yourself within reach, keep yourself in this game. Steelers get the ball back to begin the second half, so keep that in mind. That pass complete. Mark Andrews once again, first down, Baltimore. Jesus Christ. So, under 3 to play now, 1st and 10 again. 10-3 your score. We'll update some stats and scores here at halftime, so stay tuned. But just defense has to make another stop. Jackson's pass, incomplete, almost picked off again. Landon Roberts has the football. He's running it back. Now they come in and say it's incomplete. He's saying he caught it, though. Yeah. Big hit on the deflection. Yeah, hit him right in the hands again, and then they hit him. I think that might be a pick. Let's see it again. They say incomplete. I don't think Pittsburgh's going to challenge it anyway, but boom. And boom, down he goes. Whether he handed it off or not, it's still going to be a tackle for loss. That was a big play there. 3rd and long now for the Ravens. And they'll probably take it the 2-minute warning and then, snap it. Because, he faked the give. Watt brought his ass down. Jackson kept it for himself. He was tackled in the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd down and long with 2 minutes to play. 3rd and 11 officially for the Ravens. 2 minutes to play in the half, up 10-3. Steelers, they can get off the field, get the ball back with 2 timeouts, potentially drive and score. Goes back to the other field goal that, had the sack on third down. Could have got points there. Field goal off a turnover, maybe another field goal before halftime. I mean, you're looking at it as 10-3 right now. 10-6, 10-9 potentially, let alone, a couple touchdowns and all that. Like, the game is a hell of a lot closer than it shows once more. I mean, this is how it was last week. Texans had a few more points than the Ravens do right now, but it's just overall a hell of a lot closer than the score shows right now. So there's Mr. Pfizer in the commercial break doing two things at once, playing football and dating Taylor Swift at the same time. And she'll be on the cover of Madden 25. But, that was a big stop. I mean, back-to-back plays. I mean, how many times, though, for one, has Baltimore dropped the ball and it's almost been picked off by the Steelers? I can count 3 for sure. Might be more. But, then the very next play, they stuff them. No game to play. So big third down coming up. If they can, like I said, get off the field, get the ball back, they'd probably call 1 or 2 timeouts, stop the clock, give themselves some time, rather than have 2 and then, 40 seconds less, to try to drive and score. And then, once again, the Steelers are going to give the ball back to begin the second half. So if they can, let alone cut this, tie it up at 10-6, 10-10, do something early third quarter, pressure's on Baltimore to do something. And then if this defense is making stop after stop after stop for the most part, offense is doing a little bit here and there, it's going to be enough to win. And it's going to come down to the wire again. As it, always does with these two, which is no surprise. So we'll see, what gives. We'll see what happens, and we'll go from there. But that's where we sit at right now. It's a big third down coming up. 3rd and 11, 2 minutes to play. They can get off the field, call timeout, unless they want to let the clock run and then get it back with 2 timeouts. And like I said, 15 minute, 20 to play. Then at that point, go from there. But big third down. You just can't give up a big play and then let them, continue this drive and then drive and score again still. So 3rd down and 11 for Baltimore from the 34. And Jackson will complete it to Mark Andrews, and guess what? They give up a first down. Jesus Christ. So I don't think now you're really worried about the clock. Just let it run if they, so damn well please, and choose to do so. You, of course, still want to make some stops here. I mean, that's not a surprise. They're probably going to try to get in field goal range if they can for Tucker to, get back up 10. And then the Steelers are, okay, as close as they got it, other than tied up to start, is 10. The rest of the way then. We'll look back on that. Jackson goes down on the sack. Why couldn't he have done it on the previous play? T.J. Watt takes him down. So it'll be 2nd and a mile. Well, it was really a safety blitz coming up the middle, unblocked, untouched, and then T.J. Watt, of course, off the edge too much anyway, and down he goes. So 2nd and long now. Clock still running, minute 18 and counting. Back with 39 at 2nd and 19. As now T.J. Watt has 7 sacks so far this season, which is the most in the league through 5 games. Really 4.5 games. Steelers with a timeout here. 3rd and 18 coming up, so they'll call their 3rd and final one after this next play if they can stop them again. Force a punt, get the ball back with under a minute to go and no timeouts to try to drive and score. Still cut the lead, let alone tie it up before halftime, and right back with everything we were just saying a second ago. Just a little less time and less timeouts, on the scoreboard. And then you still get the ball back to begin the second half. 10 minutes after we hit halftime. So, we'll see here if they can stop them on 3rd down again. I mean, they gave up a few third and longs last week. Just gave a third and long on the last third down for the Ravens. So can they make a third down stop here or not? We'll see. From the 40, 3rd and 18. Lamar Jackson. That's a hold. That's a fucking hold. Looking to throw. Oh my God. You got to be kidding me. Should have been a hold. He should have been sacked. Should have been another hold. And then he escapes all that. Because of the holds they didn't fucking call. They're letting him play today, though. There's been one penalty. And then, you know, he scrambles, finds a man wide open, and he catches it on 3rd and 18 for about 25, 30 yards. First down. Jesus Christ. And the Ravens call a timeout there. 54 seconds to play in the half, 1st and 10. So definitely the Steelers aren't, you know, worried about the clock at this point now. Just stop them. Good God. How can you let that happen? From the 31, as that was the longest play by either team today thus far. A jump off to Andrews, and it falls incomplete. Minka Fitzpatrick on the coverage. 2nd and 10. Come on, defense. Baltimore wants the play clock reset, but I don't think they're going to get it. Nope. 2nd and 10. They got to go. 5 seconds on the play clock. Got to go. 3, 2, 1. They get it off. Jackson looking to throw into the end zone. Intended for OBJ. Incomplete. 3rd and 10. Okay, if you can stop them once again on 3rd down, maybe 3rd time will be the charm on this drive and doing this. You call your 3rd and final timeout if they run it. Unless it falls incomplete, you keep it in your back pocket then. But then force the field goal. You get the ball back with either a timeout or none. With probably, 30 seconds to do something before halftime. We'll see if there's any urgency to do anything then at that point. Or if they're, content being down 10 still, 13-3, if that's what it is. Or it's 10-3. Of course, they're going to get the ball back to begin the second half still. Baltimore is going to have to call a timeout. Play clock was winding down again on them. So they'll have a 3rd and 10, 45 seconds and one timeout themselves left. So, come on, defense. Let's make a stop here. Yeah, big sack would be nice. I mean, that's what they did to Pittsburgh and made them punt. I mean, if they can do the same thing, make it a very long field goal for Justin Tucker to, potentially kick it if they'd wish. He's got a leg on him, so no surprise if he would make it. But just don't give him another 3rd down conversion. Slant over the middle. It's caught. 4th and 2. Timeout. Timeout. No. They're going to let it run. Baltimore's going to line up to fucking go for it on 4th and 2. Probably just try to draw them off sides. There's about a 2-second difference between the game clock and play clock, I might add. 4th and 2, they're going to line up to go for it. Remember, they have a timeout, as does Pittsburgh. They're going to snap it and go for it. Almost sacked. It's a throwaway, incomplete, turnover on downs. They don't get anything out of it. Yeah, that decision backfired, and John Harbaugh can't believe it. I don't think he wanted them to snap it. But they did. And then it was almost sacked, and then a rollout, and it was a throwaway, incomplete. So turnover on downs, Steeler ball, the timeout in 14 seconds. I mean, you're going to get the ball back to begin the second half. I mean, we'll probably just take a knee and go into halftime down 10-3. But, I mean, why not take a shot? Why not, run 2-3 plays here if you can, get in field goal range for ball as well, yourself. Okay, Steelers do take a knee. Well, it doesn't fucking matter what happened now. We had halftime 10-3. Ravens on top of the Steelers. Steelers luck out, though, in that regard. I mean, that's 3 points off the board for Baltimore. Where Pittsburgh, potentially get out of field goal as well, and then it didn't. So, it could be a hell of a lot worse than it is. Should be closer than it is at 10-3. But technically, this game is a lot closer than the score shows. It's like 10-6, 13-6. It's 10-3. Yeah, it probably should be 13-6. You think about it. It's 10-3 though at halftime. Ravens leading the Steelers. Pittsburgh will get the ball back to begin the second half, I might add. So, offensively, run the football. Defensively, continue to make stops. All right, Kenny Pickett's going to have to make some plays too. Rely on your special teams. I mean, they have, for the most part. They've punted how many times? Baltimore really hasn't got any decent returns. Penalties. I think there's been 2 now, if I'm not mistaken. Both on the Steelers, if I'm not mistaken as well. I'll look here in a second. But refs are letting them play, so that's all fine and dandy. For the most part, we'll see how the second half goes in their eyes. But just got to continue to make stops defensively. If they can get off the field on defense, I mean they're playing all right. The run game's still working for Baltimore. Passing is there a little bit as well. That's the thing. It could be a hell of a lot worse than it is because they have a lot of drops. They very well could have probably close to 30 points right now on the scoreboard. If they be able to execute. Because Pittsburgh still can't really, stop them that much. Put it nicely, I guess. But then they've sacked them, once, if not twice, if I'm not mistaken. They're starting to stop the run, but Baltimore still, as I just said, able to run it. Just because they can, they are normally good at that. As they take us to halftime, going to show us some highlights. So we'll see what the hell is going on around the league. I'll pull up some stats and scores here in a minute as well, of course. Thanks for tuning in and watching. But if the Steelers, I think, can run the ball, nothing stupid offensively, no turnovers. Remember, they're 3 points off of the turnover, unless they'd be getting shut out right now. Probably should have another field goal, as should Baltimore, so it should be 13-6. But it could be a hell of a lot worse than it is. But it's a hell of a lot closer than the score shows right now, 10-3. And they're getting the ball back to begin the second half. So if they can, just keep moving forward rather than going backwards, get some good drives going, score some points, starts up front, run the football, then you catch them off guard. They need to take a shot or two. They just haven't, worked out in their favor. I think it'll be all right. But, if they, are back to square one with, not doing anything offensively, not making any stops on defense, they're going to be up shit creek without paddle. And, the blowout ensues. But I guess that's really it. I can't really think of anything else off the top of my head right now with, what I'm thinking with how this first half's gone. Just, I've said my piece with how they've played thus far this season and, this first half and what they should be, let alone need to be doing, versus what they are doing. But, just it's going to come down to the wire. It's Ravens Steelers. Like, enough said. You know damn well it will. Very rarely, is this going to be a shootout, let alone a blowout. It's always seemingly a one-score game that comes down to the wire in the fourth quarter. That, for the most part, too, is sometimes decided by a turnover or two. So keep that in mind. They have 3 points off the turnover. We'll see if that's the difference later or not. Could have another field goal once more, but then the sack, and then they had the punt. And then, Baltimore, they probably should have kicked it, but then they snapped it on 4th and 2, actually went for it, and didn't convert. That's 3 points off the board for them. So I'm sure they're not happy. They're pissed off about that. So we'll see how much that comes back to bite them. Of course, 10 minutes for halftime here. Thanks once more for tuning in and watching. But, the Steelers will get the ball back at the end of the second half. You got to keep your momentum on your side. You can't let it slip away as it did last week. You got to keep it right there within reach, and you got to grab it, while it's there for the taking. And if they can, they're going to be in this game. They're going to have a chance. As both teams, of course, entering, have a 50-50 shot of winning. But they just got to take care of their own business. Can they keep it balanced? Can they keep it consistent? Can they keep it simple? Can they not do too much? Can they not do, too little on the flip side of that, because that's sort of what it's been. Can they find that middle ground and move forward? They haven't looked terrible, but they haven't looked, spectacular or great either. They're still, I think, on the wrong side of the tracks, if you will, with trying to do what they want to do, and that's the thing once more, like, I don't get how they can think this is acceptable, with how they've been playing. But, yeah, they are stuck, whether it's a neutral park, they sure as hell really ain't, driving that far, let alone, which is a good thing with what I'm about to say next, going in reverse as much as they normally do. But they still are sort of like they're dazed. They're not necessarily confused, but, I'm sure they'd like to roll on up, in a win against a good Raven team tonight. So we'll see what happens. Something's got to give, with all that being said, something's got to give, and then at the end of the day, it just is what it is with whatever happens, coulda, woulda, shoulda, as always. But, if they can keep it up, one play, one drive at a time, not, put the pressure on themselves, put the pressure on the Ravens, I think they'll be all right. But, you got to do something. You just can't do nothing. You got to do something. I don't care what it is, you got to do something. So, I'll leave it at that. But at halftime, it is 10-3 Ravens on top of the Steelers. So thanks for tuning in and watching my live watch-along reactions of today's game with the Baltimore Ravens and Pittsburgh Steelers, live right here on YouTube, this NFL Week 5. As always, I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Cool and Luke 96. So be sure, as always, to like, follow, and subscribe to social media. Links in the description below. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, with the red subscribe button, notification button next to it, live right here on YouTube. So scroll down, check all that out. Links, once again, in the description below. Thumbs up button. Share hashtag NFL, hashtag Ravens, hashtag Steelers. Chat questions and comments, super chat, super sticker, super like, super thanks. Always greatly appreciated as well. As this video is, as always, powered by both Rogue Energy and HopeKThrifts. First off, with Rogue Energy, be sure to get your favorite energy and hydration flavors in can or tub form, shakers, and Rogue Energy merch at the link in the description below. And be sure to use the code LUKE, that's LUKE123, for 10% off. HopeKThrifts, a second-hand resale shop that focuses on sustaining the environment, cheap and fashionable way, as most items are $20 or less and include brands like American Eagle, Converse, Free People, and Shine, among others. As HopeKThrifts is found on Depop, Instagram, Macari, and Poshmark at, you guessed it, HopeKThrifts.
HopeKThrifts. That's HopeKThrifts. Be sure to use the message seller code as well. On top of that, Cheap Thrifts, CheapThrifts, Cheap Thrifts for 10% off as well. Link also in the description below. So at halftime once more, it is 10-3 Ravens on top of the Steelers. The black and gold will receive the second half kick. So hell yeah, we're going to make some changes. We'll see what halftime adjustments they're making and how they're going to play this upcoming second half. And your first half stats now, as Baltimore once more leads Pittsburgh 10-3 in this AFC North battle. Showdown, Heinz Field, Acrisure Stadium in the Steel City. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, shot 4-1-2. As of course, baseball season just ended, hockey season beginning, but in the meantime, it is football season. And city lives, breathes, and dies for the black and gold in all three sports. And when they're winning, okay, it's good. When they're losing, well, hell's on fire. Even though the Pirates have been there for the most part, whole entire franchise history, minus a few years. But the Steelers, 10-3 at half, they trail against the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, 15-25, $153, been sacked once. Look at this, though. Their run game, this is balanced, this is consistent. This is from Lamar Jackson, this is from Gus Edwards, this is from Justice Hill. 17 carries total as a team for 100 yards on the dot in the first half. Lamar Jackson leading the way with 4 carries for 39 yards, Gus Edwards 8-34, and then Justice Hill has the touchdown, which really right now is the difference. Unless we'd be tied at 3, or Pittsburgh might have a lead at 6-3, or we might be tied at 6-6. Those other field goals, Pittsburgh could have kicked it, they were sacked on third down. Fourth and long, they punt. Baltimore goes for it on fourth down rather than kicks it, and that's halftime. So that's what I'm saying. This game's a hell of a lot closer than the score of 10-3 shows right now at halftime. Jackson 15-25, $153, been sacked once, has 4 carries, 39 yards rushing though. Edwards 8-34 on the ground, and Justice Hill 5 carries, 27 yards, and the touchdown. Mark Andrews, will somebody cover him? He has 4 catches, 53 yards. Nelson Aguilar has learned to catch. He has 3 catches, 34 yards receiving. As does Zay Flowers, but he's had a lot of drops. So it could be a hell of a lot worse because, if they're clicking on offense and they're, moving the ball and, running as well as they are and throwing it, better than they are currently, they could have more points. But they don't. So it's 10-3. So Pittsburgh's sort of lucky to be in the situation they are in. But once again, this game's a hell of a lot closer than the score shows at 10-3. Difference is a touchdown. So we could be tied at 3. Could be, 6-3. Tied at 6 with other field goals that weren't kicked. Bateman has a catch for 8 yards. Beckham has a catch for 6 yards. He was either injured or had an equipment issue. Left, came back. Seems to be okay, but... with all the injuries on both sides, everybody's banged up. It's week 5 now. You played 4 games. You're into October. It's football. You're going to get hit. You're going to, get hurt. It's still next man up mentality, with who you have on the roster. So, we'll see who's making plays. Of course, Tucker's field goal from officially 23 was good, and then Boswell's kick off the turnover was also good from 43. As Kenny Pickett in the first half, 7-15, 60 yards passing, also sacked once, I might add. Pittsburgh rushing. Najee Harris has 5 carries, 12 yards, but George Pickens, a starting receiver, currently leads the team in rushing on an end around for a carry for 16 yards. So that has to change. Jalen Warren, 2-7. Pickens, 2-32. Connor Hayward, 2-18. Allen Robinson, 2-11. And to begin the second half, they run Najee Harris, and be second and medium coming up now for Pittsburgh to begin the second half. So those are your first half stats. Those are some team stats. Yeah, the difference really is the run game and the rushing touchdown. But then the turnover by Baltimore leading to 3 Steeler points. So it's 10-3 here, 30 seconds into the half. 2nd and 5 for Pittsburgh from the 30. And Pickett looking to throw. And it'll be caught about a yard short of the marker. 3rd and a yard coming up as it was caught by Allen Robinson. The Pitt to Penn State connection, if you will. From KP to A-Rob for about 4. So 3rd and 1. And Gunnar Olszewski is in the ballgame, for what it's worth. He's been banged up recently. Even when he's been in there, it really hasn't been great, but he's in motion. 3rd and a yard. 3rd and a long one. They'll hand off Najee Harris, but he ain't going to get it. God damn it. You got to be fucking kidding me. And more boos from the crowd, and rightfully so. Punt. Do not go for this. Back fucking, inside your own 30. Minute in the second half. You'll definitely let the game get out of hand then, because then they have a short field to work with. 4th and a yard for Pittsburgh. They'll punt. Go 3 and out to begin the second half. Jesus Christ. And a fair catch signal for at the 23-yard line. So crowd chanting Fire Canada like they were a couple weeks ago too, because it sure as hell fucking sounds like it. 10-3, 13:05 to play in this third quarter. Ravens 1st and 10 after the Steelers go 3 and out to begin the second half. So look at some team stats overall now. The first downs are big. Baltimore's been able to convert on 3rd down compared to Pittsburgh. 5 of 8 compared to 2 of 7. The difference really is the run game. 100 yards on the dot to only 41, but then there's a rushing touchdown involved in that too. Baltimore almost has 100 more yards passing than the Steelers do, for God's sakes. On top of that, the only 1 penalty was against the Steelers for 10 yards on a hold. Baltimore's turnover led to 3 Steeler points. They're lucky to have that, or else they'd be getting shut out. And Baltimore's controlling the clock by a good 5 minutes right now. So, and guess what? They're able to run the football. Pittsburgh can't offensively, and they can't stop it on defense. That's going to be in Baltimore's favor the second half to continue to run the football, work clock, and get out of Pittsburgh with a win. So we'll see what happens. But 10-3 early 3rd quarter now. Some other scores from around the league. On Thursday night, along with earlier this morning, we officially had the Bears and Jaguars win. The Bears beat the Washington Redskins football team Commanders, whatever the hell you want to call them, on Thursday Night Football, 40-20. And then earlier this morning across the pond in London, the Jacksonville Jaguars defeated the Buffalo Bills 25-20. Currently live right now, every game other than this Ravens-Steeler game is at halftime. So this is early 3rd quarter now, 10-3 Ravens on top of the Steelers, but at the half, the Texans lead the Falcons 9-7. Also at halftime, Lions on top of the Panthers 28-10. Titans at the Colts 13-10. Dolphins up on the G-Men 17-10 as well. And then the Saints shutting out the Patriots 21-0. Still to come this week 5 in the NFL. At 4 o'clock, we got the Eagles and Rams, the Bengals and Cardinals, the Jets and Broncos, and Chiefs and Vikings. Sunday Night Football is Cowboys 49ers. Monday Night Football is Packers Raiders. And we got our first week of bye weeks for 4 teams this week as well, I might add, with the Browns, Chargers, Seahawks, and Buccaneers all off this week in the National Football League, as the Steelers will be off next week before they travel to LA to take on the Rams, and then Halloween weekend come back home to face the Jaguars. Baltimore next week goes to London to play the Titans next Sunday morning. So 2nd and 7 after a 3-yard gain there in the first play of this first drive, the second half of the Ravens. Jackson looking to throw. They're getting pressure. They just can't fucking get to him. And bring him down, wrap him up. That's how good of a mobile quarterback he is. But Baltimore, still in the meantime, with Pittsburgh getting to him, they are doing a pretty damn good job of protecting him still. Like he's not having to do it all himself. And just more missed tackles on defense. Like, it's fucking pathetic. Like, they should be fucking ashamed of themselves. Like, you're playing in the NFL, for God's sakes. Like, learn how to fucking tackle. And they give them a first down to the 46 right there, so. Jackson looking to throw again. Going deep, far side. Be incomplete, intended for Rashard Bateman with Levi Wallace on the coverage. 2nd and 10. Right through his hands. Another drop by the Ravens. Maybe get Edgar Allan Poe out there to catch the balls. Maybe he'd help out. I don't know. 2nd and 10. And a handoff for about 4 yards to midfield. So, oh boy, here we go again. They can't stop the run still. Who would have thought? Third and 6 from midfield. Jackson. That's a hold. That is a fucking hold on 79. Oh my God. And they finally wrap him up. No gain on the play. 4th down. Will they throw the flag for once? Jesus Christ. So they get off the field on defense. They're going to get the ball back. Still down 10-3 here. They're giving themselves chances. How is that not a hold? Oh my God. Plus he threw him down to the fucking ground afterwards. Are these refs fucking blind or what? Baltimore booms it on the punt. And Gunner back deep to receive. And it'll be spotted at about the 13-yard line, it looks like. 1st and 10 Steelers. From there, down 7, 10-3 with 10:07 to play in the third. So we'll see what this offense does. Got to do something. I mean, the thing with penalties, I mean, when it's clear and obvious, and they're not, I mean, that's on them. I don't know how they can let that slide. It's, clear as fucking day. Like Ray Charles, fucking Stevie Wonder. I mean, Helen Keller as well could have fucking saw a little and heard that. The jersey being tugged. I mean, good fucking God, throw the fucking flag. There's been one penalty the whole entire game. It's on the Steelers for a hold on the return. 10 yards, back them up. They haven't thrown anything else. They've been letting them play. But that's the thing, once again, with penalties. When it's clear and obvious penalty, you don't call it, that's a problem. When you're missing them more than you're making them, that's a problem. But then when you're throwing them when you shouldn't be, that's also another problem. Like, that's the thing with the officials. They try to control the game. I don't get how they can just, I mean, it's probably better off they didn't, because then they'd replay the down. Pittsburgh would probably say decline it, though. 4th down, punt. But, because that was 3rd and 6. As long as they gave it 1st down. But, still, like, just, it all depends on the situation on top of that. But you just can't. I can understand, and I like him, okay, letting him play, but when it's obvious and you're not throwing, it's like, come on. That's what's frustrating. What also is frustrating is the Steelers offensively really not being able to do anything. So maybe they need some pizza to, get some energy in them and, do something. Good God. They're stuck. Yeah. They're not in motion. They will be, and then probably, fucking run another end around and go nowhere. Couple shots of the city. Yeah, it's fall. It's about 50, 55 degrees. It's perfect football weather. Sun's out, but 1st and 10, Pickett looking to throw, complete to Connor Hayward for about, we'll say 5 yards down the middle. 2nd down. And wow, it took him to 9:55 to play in the 3rd quarter to show Matt Canada up in the booth for the first time today. That might be a fucking record. As he picks his nose and slams his pen down. He's like, shit, they caught me on Twitter with the fake account. My name's Dan Robbins, not Matt Canada. Jalen Warren in motion. Handoff to Najee Harris, though. And he gets a 1st down. All right, out to the 26. First and 10, Steelers. You got to keep it going, though. You got to keep it moving. One play at a time and go forward, not backwards. Let alone standing still. You got to move forward. So 1st and 10. And they're sort of working a 2 running back set, 2-quarter running back system. Pickett looking to throw. He wanted Najee Harris on a screen, but then decided not to throw it to him, then threw down Robinson far side, incomplete. 2nd and 10, 8:42 to play in the 3rd quarter. All right, that's why Gunner's in the ball game, because Calvin Austin's getting checked out for an injury. They still have other, receivers and just players get the football too, so get them the fucking ball. But as I said, they're sort of running a 2 running back set at times. Really, it's just Jalen Warren in motion and then a handoff to Najee Harris. But, they are getting the tight ends involved a little bit. Connor Hayward, Darnell Washington, a couple catches here now, but at least targets. Pickett looking to throw again, going to roll out, come back near side, complete. Allen Robinson to the 30. So 3rd and 6 coming up. Just get a 1st down. Can you move the ball? Get 1st down. Rather than, right back where you just were. We started from again with, another, punt here in the 2nd half. Still down 10-3. Relying on the defense to make stops for you. 8-1-4 and counting to play. This 3rd quarter, 3rd and 6 for the Steelers from the 30. Come on, get a 1st down. Pickett looking to throw. Dumps it off on a screen. Jalen Warren, who gets a 1st down. All right, yeah. They're going to say he stepped out, though, at the 40 after a 10-yard reception, but they'll move the sticks. 1st down. Keep it up. Keep moving. Let's tie this game up, let alone cut the lead, Get another field goal on the board, get some more points, because then coming in the 4th quarter, and I don't know if he stepped out. I don't think he ever stepped out, but they rolled him down. All right, 1st and 10 Steelers from the 40. They need midfield for another 1st down here. But, get settled, you take the points, like toss it to Warren, far side, gets 4, maybe 5 yards. If you score again, then if you hold in the meantime, that'd be enough to take the lead. Like, you just got to put yourself in a good position, good chance to win. Like, you can't be down and out and then expect them to, come back and do all this with no time left to do anything when you haven't done shit anyway, But that's how it normally is. 2nd and 4. Trips near side. Pickett going to throw, but getting pressure. Now he's going to tuck it and run, but he goes down the sack back of the 40. So they just lost all those 6 yards that Warren picked up on the toss the previous play. So make it 3rd and 10 now. Jesus Christ, that's his second time he's gone down on a sack now. Get rid of it. Oh my God. He's trying to run around and, make a fucking play out of nothing when he needs to stand in the pocket and deliver the fucking football. 3rd and 10 from the 40. This ain't fucking recess. This ain't, we're going to run around do-si-do and, try to dance and see if they can catch you. No, it's throw the fucking football. And a screen on 3rd and 10 and he drops it incomplete. 4th down, they're going to have to punt. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, more boos, and rightfully so. Good God. It doesn't fucking matter. Good God. Baltimore fair catch at the 23. Be 1st and 10 Baltimore. Still 10-3 as we said at halftime. 5:48 to play in the 3rd quarter here. His defense, I'm telling you, going to have to get another stop here. Good God, man. This is pretty bad. Again, but what's new? I mean, that's the thing. They do something good and then they backtrack. Like, I don't get how they can think that's okay. No, you got to keep moving. You got to keep going. Good God. It's frustrating. I don't know how they, once again, can think this is okay when it's not. You're on a fucking screen in the flat near side on 3rd and 10, right at the line of scrimmage. I get, okay, good coverage. They're playing good defense. Nobody else is open, but that's the thing at quarterback. When he's making a play, it's when he doesn't need to be making a play. When he's not making a play, that's when he needs to be making a play. Good God. Like, at this rate, I don't even know if they know their fucking ass from a hole in the ground with the way they're playing. Like, it's pathetic. So, I'll leave it at that. I mean, this defense, though, just going to have to make another stop for them. They rely on them way too damn much. Good God. So, yeah, I think that's about it with everything that I had planned on saying at the start. I know I've been repeating myself, on a few things, but whether I'm beating a dead horse in that regard or not, I know we're not coaching, let alone playing, but I feel like at times maybe we, would be with the way they've been playing, because it's pathetic. But just, oh my God. As always, thanks for tuning in and watching, but yeah. So 1st and 10 Ravens from the 18-yard line. And Jackson going deep near side. Turn around. Oh, my God. Now they're saying he caught it. 1st down. You turn around, you bat the ball down, it's incomplete, let alone picked off. Jesus Christ. But, and that's incomplete. He dropped that going out of bounds. Pittsburgh's going to challenge it, yeah, and rightfully so, because that's incomplete. He caught it 1-2, but as he was going down, out of bounds, you got to have control, you got to have possession, and he dropped it. That's incomplete. Call in the field, though, is a completed catch. So they have to find indisputable evidence to overturn it. They should have it. It should be overturned. It should be incomplete. Steelers win the challenge, keep it, have 2 the rest of the way, let alone their 3 timeouts. Now, if they, lose it, okay, crowd's going to boo, and rightfully so, because they'll say stands is called when it's incomplete, even though it was a catch on the field. Indisputable evidence to overturn it once more. If they'd lose it, they'd be down and challenge, and then down on timeout, and only have 2 timeouts with a 2-minute warning the rest of the way. And then we'll see if that comes back to bite them. But this is a good challenge because they should win it. And, it should get reversed and should be incomplete. And then it should be, 2nd and 10 then for Baltimore back at the 18-yard line rather than a 1st and 10 out towards midfield after, completion there on the field. But then, was it a catch or not? Didn't seem like it. They said catch, and now the Steelers are challenging. So, looks incomplete. They should overturn it. We'll see, though, when we come back. But yeah, as I was saying, though, that's pretty much, where we're at, about it, with everything I've said to this point. So I'll leave it at that. But, yeah, just once more, thanks for tuning in and watching. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. Of course, no Steeler live watch-along reactions next week because they're off. They have a bye week. But we'll be back in 2 weeks, so be sure to tune in then. And I hope to see everybody then. So 10-3. Right now it's 1st and 10. Should be 2nd and 10 now, and they should, of course, move the ball back. We got a challenge on the field, and whether there's a catch or not. And it should get overturned. It should be incomplete. So, yeah. Defense just got to make stops still, Like another turnover would be nice. Another turnover would be nice for sure. They're really showing the aerial shots of Pittsburgh today. And the call stands. What? Oh, they say fumble out of bounds. My fucking ass. That was incomplete. That was not a catch. Yeah, so now the Steelers lose a challenge and lose a timeout. Good God. So they'll maintain possession 1st and 10. So they say rather than incomplete, which it was, but then they... Good God. These fucking refs. Yeah, I don't fucking think so. And now we got a delay coming back from break for whatever fucking reason. It's a catch. Contact in bounds. It's a catch. But then a fumble out of bounds. Okay, Pittsburgh technically wins the challenge. They have 2 of them left still. Keep their timeout. Yeah, so it is a technicality. Because rather than incomplete, it was a catch, they say. But then he fumbled it, and he was the last one to touch it before it went out of bounds anyway, so they maintained possession. 1st and 10 Ravens from the 48, rather than an incomplete. But then, okay, so you just give up a big pass. So what it was is Highsmith takes him down on the sack. There you go. All right. 2nd and long. Flag on the play, though, of course. We'll see what this is. More boos, and rightfully so. Holding on Minkah Fitzpatrick on the defense. When the fucking Ravens have been holding up front of the offensive line the whole entire fucking game, and you haven't called one single fucking one. And then back-to-back plays, it's a catch. They say incomplete. Say catch. Say fumble. Steelers technically win the challenge, but it's a first down still. And then the next play they sack them, but then there's a defensive hold, and it's still a first down in the Ravens. So, tell me how much more they're trying to, fucking make sure the Ravens, can continue to beat up on Pittsburgh here. But then the Steelers aren't doing themselves any favor either, still not making any stops. Jesus Christ. I don't fucking think so. I think the league's out to get Minkah Fitzpatrick because they've honestly thrown flags on him for playing football, making tackles, making, good plays on coverage. But no, it's a penalty every fucking time against them. So, no doubt about it, the offense is going to target them because, 9 times out of 10, they're going to throw a flag. Deep ball, incomplete right through his hands. He should have walked in. Good God. They luck out again. Jesus Christ, they luck out. And I don't know why the hell Chet Sullivan's still in the fucking ball game because he's been getting beat on coverage left and right. So incomplete, 3rd and 6. Come on, defense. Let's get a stop. Make them pay. 3, 2, 1. That's delay a game. No, they let it slide, and then they take him down the sack anyway. Ogunjobi, along with, it looked like Quan Alexander, 54, not 50. But 4th and long, they'll punt. So the Steeler defense still gets off the field after all of that. We play on. It's still 10-3 as we near the end of the 3rd quarter. This offense has to do something, though. If they can, cut it, tie it up, defense makes another stop, I mean, yeah, we're coming down the wire again, hopefully making a play to win the game. Or making a play to hold on to a lead to win the game at that point. Just nothing stupid. Do not be, costing yourself penalties now, let alone turning the ball over. Fair catch Pittsburgh at the 15-yard line. Now it's starting to get chippy. It's a little surprising, with how far this game's come along and nothing really has happened yet, in that regard. The refs have let them play, though. But 1st and 10, Pittsburgh from the 15-yard line. Got a ways to go, down 7, 10-3 here, with officially 3:14 to play in the 3rd quarter. Come on, offense. Let's move the ball. Let's score some points. And Kenny Pickett will toss it. Najee Harris. And 4 or 5 yards for him. 2nd down. All right. It's medium and manageable situations. You just got to keep it up, keep moving. You can't, as they like to do, one big thing and then nothing. 2nd and 5. They'll run Najee Harris again, and he'll get another Steeler 1st down. All right, keep pounding the fucking rock. Wear him out. And then you take your shot. 1st and 10. Pickett. Complete. Midfield. Pickens. 1st down. It looked like they wanted to run a wheel route near side. But he had him on the screen and the flat far side. I think he wanted the wheel, and then they had a crosser coming over the middle, sort of cutting up field, more of a deep post. And Pickett found Pickens for 1st down right around midfield. Another handoff to Najee Harris. So 2nd down coming up here. About a minute and change to play in this 3rd quarter. Still 10-3. A low-scoring defense showdown. 2nd and 9, officially after a yard. Keep running it. Keep wearing them out. But that's why you got to take a shot here before too long. Calvin Austin's back out there, I might add. A comeback near side. Pickens once again on the reception. 1st down Steelers on about a 15-yard reception. 1st down, they move the 6 once more. About a 17-second differential between the game clock and play clock. So this upcoming play, 1st and 10 for the Steelers, probably the final play of the 3rd quarter. Yeah, that's a catch. Motion man's Hayward, maybe a little movement up front, but they let it slide. And then Jalen Warren for about 3 yards. So 2nd and 7 to begin the 4th quarter, it looks like, for the Steeler offense. Down 7, 10-3. Yep. They'll switch ends, and they got 15 to play unless we go to overtime. It's 10-3, as it was at halftime. And yeah, we got a good one here. It's going to come down to the wire, as these two always do. I mean, said at the start, but saying throughout the game, that's nothing new, no surprise. So we'll see if the Steeler offense here can continue to get themselves back in this ball game. If not, probably over with. But same point in time, defense still going to have to make some stops for them, to just, maintain where they're at. If not, it'll get out of hand. So it's just one play at a time. So let's see if they can, continue to move and, do something at least. They're looking better. It's very slow. It's very steady. It's at times probably a little too slow, but I guess, if that's what it takes to get the job done, then so be it. I mean, yeah, you don't want to be, lightning bolt fast going through everything, because then you're going to eventually mess up. You're better off, keeping it at a steady pace, which with where they're at, where they've been, where they, could be, that's what it takes, and I guess so fucking be it. It's just frustrating at times, because once again, when it can be better, but it's not. It's just the thing, you don't do anything stupid, like, don't be turning the ball over now. No penalties either. But from Kenny Pickett to the run game, they're getting Pickens involved now. It'd be nice if Freiermuth was out there. I'd be saying, hammer it home to get him the ball down the middle of the field, especially if they can get in the red zone and go to him. But that doesn't mean, don't go to the tight ends. Like, you have Connor Hayward, you have Darnell Washington, you have Rodney Williams. Like, get the fucking tight ends the ball. Because Allen Robinson has a couple catches. Calvin Austin, nothing really, because he's been banged up, but it's still next man up. So where's, Gunner at? Where's Miles Boykin at? Just nothing stupid. Okay? Nothing stupid. 2nd and 7 Steelers. Down 7, 10-3 as we begin the fourth quarter. Ball at the 34-yard line. Yeah, they got to get some points on this drive. They got to settle for 3, so be it. Handoff Najee Harris, but no gain on the play. And they are in field goal range here if they, don't get any more yards. But that's the thing. Like, don't be taking a sack now like you did on that one other drive. You had a 3rd down in field goal range, to kick it. And then they had to punt. They could have 3 more points right now. And then another 3 could cut it to 1. And then a field goal late could potentially win if you can hold them. But, field goal here potentially if you don't convert. Yeah, take your points. 3rd and 7, though. Trips top your screen. Pickett looking to throw. No sack. Oh, my fucking God. Get rid of the ball. And he goes down the sack again. And guess what? They're going to have to fucking punt. Because he can't throw it away. Because he has a fucking Pittsburgh Panther education. Good God. Throw the ball away. Now you're out of field goal range. And they got to punt once more. Same situation it was earlier. There's another 3 points left off the board. Should be 10-9 right now, not 10-3. So still 10-3. Steelers punt. Ravens getting the ball back. You got to be kidding me right now. Now it's a situation of, okay, they're at times able to get in field range, but then on 3rd down, nope, we don't even want to kick a field goal. We're going to go backwards. We don't want 3 points. We're going to stay where we're at. Throw the fucking ball away, Kenny Pickett. Jesus Christ. That's 6 points with 2 field goals at 3 apiece. Do the math on 2 different occasions. 3rd down, in field goal range, takes a sack. You at least throw it away or at least get a couple fucking yards. You kick the field, you get the points. You're not down 10-3, you're down 10-9. And then if it comes down to it late, you got to kick another field goal. You need 4 field goals to win 12-10. So fucking be it. You win. They can't even fucking kick field goals. Whether they're in or out of field goal range. Like, I feel bad for Boswell. With how bad this offense is. Just pathetic. This defense, as they rely on them once again, you'd have to make a stop. As it seems like, oh mama, we got a problem with the Steelers as they're still down. Come on, defense. Now's the time you need one of the biggest stops of the game. Like I'm saying, another turnover would be spectacular right now. Like a defensive touchdown would even be better. Come on, D. Yeah, 1st and 10, Ravens from the 20 after the punt. That should have been another field goal drive before. Out of the pistol, they'll hand off. Justice Hill. And then a 5-yard run up the middle. 2nd down. Jesus Christ. Just stupidity, leaving points off the board when you're right there. And, they're giving them to you, but no. You sack, and we got a holding on the Ravens finally. Jesus Christ, did hell freeze over again? And Larry Obi-Wan Kenobi Ogunjobi's limping off. Hopefully he's okay. They're already pretty thin on the D line up front anyway. And of course the Ravens going to fucking run the football still. But they finally called a hold on the Ravens. Oh my God. 1st and 20. Come on, D. Need a stop. Need a stop. Back at the 10, it's 1st and 20 for the Ravens. Out of the gun is Lamar Jackson, the Baltimore offense. Another handoff. Justice Hill, Holcomb on the tackle. Be 2nd and 16. Come on, defense. Let's go. Jackson looking to throw. That's a hold again. That is a hold. And then Quan Alexander right there to wrap him up on the screen. He loses about a couple yards back to the 9-yard line. 3rd and long. Make it longer than what it just was because, I mean, shit. They got to wait about 22, 23 yards to go now. Come on, defense. Let's go. 3rd and 21 officially. Come on, D. Yeah, if only the fucking offense could do something. Jackson quarterback draw. Holcomb finally wraps him up along with Highsmith, and then it's a gang tackle. Down he goes. And they'll punt, and the Steelers are getting the ball back. You know, just think. They have the 2 field goals on the 2 drives they had 3rd down and field range, and they get sacked at the punt. Down 10-9, you drive and score here, you get the ball back. You know, it's going to be to have a 1-score lead, not to tie it up. And then the pressure's on them. When then your tie game, anything can happen. Yeah, I'd hope they have good field position here. Maybe they can get pressure on Jordan Stout. Oh, they block it. They block it. And they recover it. That's a touchdown. That is a fucking touchdown. They block the punt. Ball was not recovered. Okay, it's a safety. It's a safety. It's 10-5. What, the Orioles playing at the Pirates? What is this, fucking 79? 11-11 to play, so say your fucking prayers. And they're getting the ball back with the safety as well. They block the punt. Special teams steps up. And guess it was Rodney Williams at tight end who they activated with Freiermuth out. He recovers it. Along with Killebrew, who blocked it. Ooh, I'd challenge that. I would challenge that. That's a fucking touchdown. They say safety. I'll take the 2 points. It's 10-5. Yeah, okay, they're still going to get the ball back here. With the punt. The free punt. Free kick by Baltimore. That's a touchdown right there. That is a fucking touchdown. Challenge that. It makes up for the challenge they, used. They lost, but they won it because there's a technicality. Why not use it again? I mean, you get the 2 points. Now this is a spark they need. Or are they looking at it in the meantime? Right there. That is a touchdown. That's a blocked punt for a touchdown, not a safety. I'll take the 2 points. But okay, they say safety is what it is. Ravens on the punt. Steelers are getting the ball back. And from the 20 on the return. Gunner out to about the 45-yard line, and they have life. Take a fucking shot. You know? Go deep. Boom, 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 boom. Like, put it to him. Of course, you're going to want to probably work some clock and run the football. But they block the punt. They get a safety. It is 10-5. They get the ball back first and 10 from the 44. Pickett looking to throw. Rolls out complete to Najee Harris for 3 yards. Second down with 11:01 to play. Yeah. Second and 7. They'll motion Austin, fake the end around, hand off to Naj. He's going to lose a yard or two. Third down. And regardless of what just happened, more boos coming in. Third and 8. Telling you, the tight end down the middle of the fucking field. I mean, he can take a shot, go deep, but just get a first down. Just get a first down here. Pickett, they run a screen with Jalen Warren. He gets a first down. And he's still going. He's a fucking bulldozer, man. He's fun to watch. And a Steeler first down. Yep, that's first down. He never stepped out. I might bring him back for a couple yards there. He did step out, but still going to be a first down regardless. Yep. He just head down and he's running. 31-yard line, first and 10. They run an end around. And Warren, again, there's a flag on the play. This might be coming back for a hold. Maybe a face mask, though, too. But he fucking hurdled the man, then spun. I mean, he's out there playing Madden in real life right now. Yeah, I think this is coming back. I didn't think they'd be running an end around with Jalen Warren, but they did. No foul. They pick it up. First down. Yeah, Pittsburgh has all the momentum in the world. Oh, it probably would have been a legal blindside block. You know, Pickens with a rub, if you will. But then he hurled him. That'll be in the highlight reel. And then he gets a first down at the 21. First and 10 Steelers. And they're knocking on the door. You got to punch it in now. Just think they have the other 2 field goals. You're looking at 11-10. And then if you have to kick a field goal, you're up 4 at 14-10. They need a touchdown to, take a lead. Warren again on another run. Bulldozing his way inside the 10 for another first down for the Steelers. Give it to him again. First and goal at the 5. Keep running them. Just pound it. An undrafted rookie free agent out of Oklahoma State last year. Made the team. Made his mark last year, and now he's making even more plays here this year. And, arguably, I mean, maybe the best sequence of plays for him in his young NFL career. I don't know about best game because he's played well in the past. Got to go 3, 2, 1. You get it off on the snap, hand off to Warren again on 1st and goal at the 5. He's going to lose 2 yards. All right, so they're going to stop him now. But you gotta punch this in. You can't settle for 3. I mean, I'll take the points. I will. And then a game-winning field goal would win it potentially if you can hold at 11-10. But then that's what I'm saying. It'd be nice to have those other 2 field goals that they had to punt on, 4th down after a couple sacks. Got to score. And then you probably, you just kick the extra point probably. You might go for 2. We'll see. 2nd and goal from the 7. Pickett looking to throw nothing stupid. Back of the end zone. Incomplete, intended for Pickens. I mean, you probably would go for 2. More I think about it, to make it a 3-point lead at 13-10. But then you'd be up 2 scores at 19-10 if you had those other 2 field goals. If you'd score here and get the 2. That's probably a good no call. I'll live with that. They wanted it, but I'll live with it. The refs are letting them play today. Very rarely, see this few penalties called in the game between these 2. 3rd goal, Pittsburgh now from the 7. Pickett. Oh, god damn. Incomplete in the end zone. 4th and goal. 7:13 to play. You still got 3 timeouts, 2-minute warning. It'd been nice to have those other 2 field goals. You could definitely kick it right now. You could probably still kick it now anyway. And here comes Boswell for 3. Yeah, you got to take your points. Be 10-8. But then you have your other 2 field goals, that he didn't even get to attempt because he was sacked on 3rd down and they punted on 4th down. Kicks up and good. It's 10-8. Ravens on top of the Steelers with 7:11 to play, even though Sheets is better than them and Wawa. As they block number 11's punt, and then got the safety, got a field goal out of it. So that's a 5-point swing. Probably should be more, but it is what it is. This movie looks good too, by the way, as I've mentioned before. If only they had the 2 field goals from earlier on 3rd down in field goal range, and then he, goes down the sack. It's 11, let alone 14-10 right now. And the pressure's on the Ravens. The pressure is sort of split. It's on the Ravens to do something because they haven't done anything since they're up 10-0. It was 10-3 at halftime, 10-5, 10-8 at this point now. But the pressure is still on the Steelers to, at least the defense, to make another stop. Get the ball back and score. Find a way to fucking win this game because it's there for the taking. Go out and take it. Go out and win. Don't let this slip. Because this one's going to sting. If so. And then it's okay, if they lose, they lose. But if they come back and win, I can guarantee you, it's not the offense that won them the fucking game. Even though Matt Canada would probably save the job for the time being. Even if they lose, I mean, he might not have a job for all we know. Who knows? I think they'd make a move tomorrow at the earliest, if not later tonight, since they're on a bye week, just so they can get it, ready for their next game in 2 weeks out of the bye. But, if they can find a way to win this, I can guarantee it. The reason why they won is not because of the fucking offense, because of the defense. It's because of fucking special teams. More so not special teams. But the defense did get the turnover, special teams with a field goal. Special teams with a blocked punt, safety. Special teams with another field goal, because the offense can't fucking score. That's how they got their 8 points. 2 field goals and a fucking safety. It's not a touchdown and a, 2-point try. So touchback on the kick. Well, hopefully this final score isn't the score that it is now. And points within this rivalry, since these two head coaches took over back in 2007, including the playoffs, with a 10-8 score right now, that's a good stat right there. They both scored 719 points against one another. So with that being said, something's got to give. Come on, defense. Let's get another stop. 1st and 10, Baltimore from the 25. And Baltimore will fake the run. Pass incomplete as the receiver fell down. As they almost had him on the sack. Forced the rollout. And then, oh my God, he's wide open deep down the middle. Like, their coverage is trash. Like, they have lucked out I don't know how many fucking times on drop balls, let alone the turnover earlier, and just everything else that's, worked out in their favor, because Baltimore offensively just hasn't clicked today. 7:03 to play, 10-8, 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Over the middle, it's caught. OBJ to the 30 for 5. 3rd and 5 coming up. Come on, defense, in their stop. But who's it going to be is the question. If they can get pressure. Let alone, we're at that point in time in the game, when these two play. Turnover in the 4th quarter. We got one incoming or not? 3rd and 3 officially, they say. From the 32, they'll probably run it. Yep, Hill up the middle, and they bring him down. It was a Landon Roberts, former Patriot and Dolphin. Only gives them a yard, and he wraps them up 4th and 2. They get up the hell off the field, and Baltimore's going to have to punt. Watch for a fake, let alone do not jump off sides. Be an automatic 1st down then. Of course, don't turn it over in the return game either on the way back, but Baltimore on to punt. And he kicks this one away. And Gunner from the 16 on the return. Gunner Olszewski, about 10 yards. Oh my fucking God. And then he fumbled it and turned it over. There's a flag on the play in the meantime. And then the ball is out again. And then it's going to be Raven football. First off, why is he back there returning punts? Other than because Calvin Austin was injured earlier, but Calvin Austin returned. Like I said, don't be turning it over on the return. What do? Boom. Turn it over. There's a flag on the play, so hopefully it's against Baltimore. But it doesn't look like it is. Got a hold on the Steelers' return. And they still turned it over. And penalties declined. Yeah, that's a big turnover. Now Baltimore's got a 1st and goal, it looks like. Jesus Christ. So special teams is all they've done today. And then special teams is what's going to fucking cost them the game. And they can't tackle him on the return before they finally did. He fumbled it, but then it went out of bounds. And then, yeah, they're the last to touch it, so it's their ball plus the penalty anyway. Decline it. It's their football, 1st and goal. Yeah, inside the fucking 10-yard line. Jesus Christ. My God. Can't catch a fucking break. No shit, what a change. What a turn of events. Like, one, how is he even still on the team? Because he's cost them so fucking much with fumbles or, just making bad plays on offense. Like, him and Canada can fucking go together. 1st and goal, Baltimore at the 7. Out of the pistol. Come on, defense. Feel so fucking bad for them because they got to be out there making stop after stop the whole entire fucking game because this offense blows ass. And then the special teams getting them all the points they have, let alone special teams cost them, a fumble there and potentially the game. Because, you know, Baltimore scores here, goes up 17-8. It's not 17-9 at a one-score game. It's 17-8 at a two-score game with under 5 to play, and time ain't going to be on their side. Son of a bitch. Second and goal from the 4. And an empty set, shuffle pass to Mark Andrews, and they wrap him up right away. If you can force a field goal, though, you're only down 5 at 13-8. Circles back to the other field goals you should have already. Third downs, the fourth downs to go to the sack. It'd be 14-10 right now. You force the kick, they're down 1. You know, you score then, or, you know, field goal up 17-13, 21-13. You know, one-score game then. Pressure's on them, not you. You make a stop, you know, that's that. But third and goal here, 4:24 and counting to play, down 2, 10-8. You can't let them score. You got to force a kick, go down 13-8, and then score to win. You're going to have to score a touchdown to win this game because, you know, field goals ain't going to cut it. But if they give a touchdown now, game might be over. Third and goal, timeout. Baltimore timeout. Baltimore timeout before the snap. So they'll replay it down here. Third and goal, 4:10 now to play. Come on, defense. Once more. Third and goal. Make a stop. Watch a quarterback draw. Pittsburgh going to bring pressure, it looks like. And they'll bring the house. They're on a fade, far side. It's picked off in the end zone. Picked off by, is that Levi Wallace? Oh, that's Joey Porter Jr. Hey, we are Penn State. Boom. And it's a touchback. It's 1st and 10 Steelers at the 20. On OBJ. And he completely underthrew it, and Peasy right there to pick it off. 4:06 to play. They reset the clock. I don't know what it was at, but 4:06 to go now. Still got the 2-minute warning plus 3 timeouts. And you're down 10-8. Field goal might win it for you at 11-10. When you should have 2 other field goals, I might add. You know, up 14-10. You know, touchdown would for sure ice it. Field goal would make it a one-score game, but you don't. So you're down 2, 4:06 to play, 10-8. Run the ball, work clock, kick a game-winning field goal. If you drive, you score a touchdown, even fucking better. Pressure's on them. But Joey Porter Jr., this defense, man, fucking bails him out again. As he hands it over to Mike Tomlin. Second and 9 after a yard. Trips in a bunch near side. Just move the ball. Get a couple first downs here. And that's incomplete. Jesus Christ. Now they're not going to be able to do anything. So it ain't going to fucking matter. Good God, guys. Come on. I mean, for fuck's sake, you didn't think you'd want to fucking move the ball and score, come back and fucking win this game. Yeah, each of the last 6 meetings decided by 5 points or fewer. And Pittsburgh's won 5 of the last 6. They're down 2, 10-8. Come on, let's go. 3rd and 9. Even if they don't convert, I mean, still 3.5, 3 timeouts. They'd have to get the ball back quick, though. Well, Allen Robinson, first down reception of 31. It's the Pitt to Penn State connection. First down. They got to go to the tight ends down the middle of the field. It'd be awesome if Freiermuth wasn't inactive. But you still have Connor Hayward, still have Darnell Washington, still have fucking Roddy Williams recover the block punt for a safety. You know, get the ball to Jalen Warren. Remember what he did on that last drive? Make him fucking stop him to win. You know, empty set, 1st and 10 Steelers from the 30. 2:52 and counting to play. Pickett gets a snap over the middle on a slant, incomplete. 2nd and 10. Second and 10 after the incompletion. Pickett looking to throw. Warren on the screen. Lowers the shoulder, going to be about 3 yards short. Be 3rd and 3 coming up. 1 second differential between the game clock and play clock. They do not have to snap it if they don't want to. They can take this to the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 3. They're going to have to, 3rd and 4 officially. Going to have to get a first down though. Of course, keep the drive alive, keep moving, getting field goal range potentially for a game winner. Third and 4, Pickett looking to throw, far side, and it's caught. George Pickens. A few yards short of the field goal range as we hit the 2-minute warning. Steelers 1st and 10. 3rd and 4, they're on a 30-yard pass play. Like, go 8 yards and get a first down. But hey, whatever you got to do, just find a way to fucking win this game, okay? 2 minutes to play, it's 10-8. And they got a 1st and 10 about the 45-yard line, give or take, it looks like. Continue the drive. I mean, you could bleed the clock now if you want to. Run the football, just get in field goal range and kick it. And win 11-10. Make them call their timeouts, but then also you don't want to have it come down to that unless you absolutely have to. Because then what if he fucking misses? Like you can try to get your points while you can. But then you don't want your defense giving up a, hurricane type of late touchdown. But shit, 2 minutes to go. They're down 2, 10-8. They still got 3 timeouts. Would have 2, but remember that challenge earlier. They lost it, but they won it, so they got it back and kept the timeout. So, 1st and 10, Pittsburgh ball about 45-yard line or so. Down 2, 2 minutes to play with 3 timeouts. Get in field goal range, kick game winner. But if you can score a touchdown, score. Just whatever you do, do not turn the ball over, and do not, on a 3rd and whatever, sack, and then you're out of field goal range to potentially kick another field goal. Because that's happened twice now. Or else you'd already have a lead at 14-10. And you could be fucking icing this clock and running the clock out on them. And game's over. Like, they do it to themselves more than they do anything else, but they got to find a way to win this game. Whether that's a game-winning field goal, whether that's a game-winning touchdown here, then make a stop on defense. They got to find a way to win this game. So, 2 minutes to play. They're down 2. It's 10-8. This is football, not baseball. And they got a 1st and 10. Ball officially at the 42-yard line. It's a low-scoring, old-school smash-mouth defensive showdown with the Baltimore Ravens and Pittsburgh Steelers with turnovers and special teams right now the difference. Who would have thought? But hey, that's how it always is. 1st and 10, they get about 2 yards on the run. So minute 48 and counting. Of course, it is, a little windy today, a little breezy with the weather. Feels like fall finally. But it's football weather. 2nd and 9, they say, from the 41. You try to, get them as close as you fucking can for a field goal, rather than kicking a however long field goal for the win. Going deep. Pickens, he walks in, touch. There's the shot. There's the potential. Holy fuck. Did that seriously just happen? Wow. Kick the extra point. Kick the extra point. No, do not go. Well, you go for 2, it's 16-10. They'd still need a touchdown to win it. Okay? You kick the extra point, it's 15-10. They still, guess what, need a touchdown to win it. It goes back, once again, to those 2 field goals. Boswell didn't even get the attempt from 3rd down to 4th down because they took sacks. That's 6 points. That touchdown would ice it, be the dagger, if they had those other field goals. You know, they'd be up 10 right now. Why are you going for 2? Kick the extra point. You don't need to go for 2 right now. It doesn't fucking matter. He's wide open, throw him the ball. And then it's incomplete anyway to somebody else who wasn't open who threw the ball to. Incomplete. So it's 14-10. As it should have been with those, 2 field goals from earlier. But if, they still score as they just did, it's 20-10. Game's over. Baltimore's got to score quick, get an onside kick, and, hope to score again to win it. But even with all that being said, because none of that really happened, hypothetically, though, it's 14-10 now, yeah. Steelers are starting to wave goodbye, but still minute 17 to play. Like, defense is going to have to make another fucking stop for him. But, why you go for 2 there? I don't care what the analytics say. It doesn't fucking matter. Whether you kick the extra point, whether you go for 2, you're still up either 15 or 16-10, and they still need a touchdown to win it. Like, there's no need to go for 2 there. You kick the extra point. I don't think Matt Canada fucking, as much as any of us could believe what the fuck just happened. He's like, oh my God, I'm going to keep my job. And, ballsy. They take a shot. It was, 2nd and 9? After a yard on the previous play by Jalen Warren. After they got that big first down going in the 2-minute warning at the 42-yard line. And then, they take a deep shot down the near side on one-on-one coverage. And Pickett finds Pickens for 41 yards and a touchdown. I don't get going for 2 there because that doesn't fucking matter. 2, 1, you're still up 1 score. They still need a touchdown to win it. But it's 14-10, minute 17 to go. Defense needs a stop. Ravens need a touchdown to win it, so keep them out of the end zone. Come on, defense. 1st and 10 Ravens from the 25. Lamar Jackson's pass caught at the 45-yard line for a pickup of 20. That only took 5 seconds. Minute 12 to go. Still, of course, 14-10. Steelers on top for the first time today. The offense does something late, but the defense has made stops all game and special teams scored most of their points, defense can't let up now. They need 1 more stop. And a strip sack fumble. Highsmith gets to him, and the Steelers recover. TJ Watt stiff arming Lamar Jackson inside the 20. Steelers are going to win it. Holy fucking shit. Minute 2 to go. And this defense. Holy hell. Ravens have 2 timeouts, but it ain't going to fucking matter. This defense, man. Putting their asses on the fucking line. Making play after fucking play. If only the offense, could, do a little bit more. Defense, special teams, and turnovers won the Steelers this game today against the Ravens, even though the offense scored game-winning touchdown with a minute 17 to go. Hallelujah once more. Where the hell's Donald? They'll take a knee. Oh my. Baltimore will call a timeout for what it's worth. No, it's not, but Steelers winning this game just like they beat the Browns on Monday Night Football. And that's just AFC North football for you. Steelers, 3 sacks, a safety, a forced fumble, and interception, all in the second half. So hell yeah, we're going to make some changes. Well, they made some halftime adjustments, and they came back and won this game after being down 10-0, 10-3. It was 10-5 after a safety, another field goal at 10-8. They score, go up 14-10. Defense gets them another turnover, and now they're going to knee it out and win it. Oh, my God. I mean, talk about coming down to the wire once more. Another Steeler game. You know, everybody's having heart attacks at, you know, in the fourth quarter, as always. I mean, nothing fucking new. I'll take the win, though. Win's a win. Even though it is 3rd and 12 minutes ago, Ravens have no more timeouts. So, take a knee. Do not run it and fumble it like somebody did last night and then they lose. They're going to take a knee, but line up Boswell on the left hash to potentially kick another field goal here, which they wouldn't even need them to kick if they would have had the other 2 field goals once more from the 3rd down to 4th down on the sacks, but it should have been field goals. They'd be up. Illegal formation on the Steelers. 5 yards, they'll replay down so the clock stops. All right, well, they can just take the 8 seconds off. Ravens still can't stop it. Do the same fucking thing. Well, yeah, penalties decline, so it's going to be 4th down, right? Not third and long. Yeah, so it's going to be 4th and like 15. That's smart they declined it. I'll give them that. But then they should be up, 10 right now as it is. They won't even have to fucking worry about this. Just hopefully no block field goal with how crazy everything's been in this game, return for a touchdown. But then you kick the field goal, you're up 17-10. They need a touchdown to tie it with no timeouts in 50 seconds. So this game, ain't over just yet. This will be from what? Yeah, another 40-yarder, 42 yards, okay. He was good from 43 earlier. And he's good once more. 3 of 3 on the day. 17-10 Steelers, 49 seconds to go. Ravens going to get the ball back. No timeout, so they need a touchdown to tie it. Yes, this game ain't over just yet. But then there's still 6 points off the board. It's 23-10. They're up 2 scores, game's fucking over. You don't even have to, kick field goal there. That's what I was just saying. If you would have had, it goes back, that pissed me off. It did. I'm getting over it, but it's a little hard not to bring it up because it adds into the game, adds into the outcome of this game with everything else that's happened. So, $17-10 now. Steelers on a kickoff. Hell, they couldn't even fucking run the clock out. They couldn't get a first down. Yeah, squib it. No, they boom it deep. And it'll be a touchback, so. 1st and 10 Ravens at the 25-yard line, now down 17-10. 49 seconds ago. They still don't have any timeout, so. Defense going to have to get one more stop. Jesus Christ. Come on, D. Lamar Jackson looking to throw, and then he short hops it incomplete, intended for Mark Andrews, as he probably should have been sacked a couple times there, but it falls incomplete. So 2nd and 10. Jackson looking to throw. That's another hold. Thank you. It's coming back. He's going to tuck it and run and get a first down, but it's coming back. 10-second runoff as well. 10 yards, replay the down. Beyond OJ. So 2nd and 20. Come on, defense. Lamar Jackson once again looking to throw. Dumps it off to Andrews, who's going to try to get out of bounds. And then he finally does. Yeah. No personal foul. All right. 26 seconds. It'll be 3rd down and less than 10. We'll see what the marker is. 17-10. The Ravens need a touchdown with an extra point up and good to tie it at 17-4 overtime. 3rd and 7 officially, they say. 3rd and 7. Lamar Jackson down the middle of the field. Incomplete at the 50. So 4th down and 7. And here's your ball game, folks. With 20 seconds to go, Ravens need a touchdown to tie to force OT. Good coverage by Patrick Peterson, and then the hit by Holcomb draws loose. Fourth down. 3, 2, 1. They'll get it off. Play clock was about to expire. Come on, defense. And TJ Watt takes them down on the sack, and that'll do it. Steelers are going to beat the Ravens and come back 17-10. Both teams are now 3-2. Pittsburgh's going to be, atop the AFC North, I might add, as well. The flag on the play. Oh, who fucking cares about that? I mean, that's just celebration. They're 2-0 in the North with wins at home against the Browns and Ravens. And guess what? If they take care of business, from now until next time we play a divisional opponent, which won't be until the Sunday before Thanksgiving and then the Sunday after Thanksgiving, when they got to go to Cincinnati and Cleveland respectively. Then they'll play the Bengals again a couple days before Christmas. And then it's go to Baltimore week 18. If they can take care of business, here and there with the remaining schedule, plus in the AFC North, they're just going to be A-okay. Yeah, they probably do steal a win. They came back from down 10-0, 10-3, 10-5, 10-8 to do it. Went up 14-10 to 17-10, and now their 700th career win in franchise history, which is 2nd all-time ever in NFL history. 35 behind the Green Bay Packers. So a big win by Pittsburgh, as both teams are now once again 3-2. Yeah, the offense might have had the game-winning touchdown, but the defense with turnovers that led to points through special teams, along with special teams, not necessarily in the return game, but a blocked punt for a safety, ended up winning the game and being enough for the Pittsburgh Steelers today over the Baltimore Ravens, officially 17-10 your final score. What a fucking game. What a fucking comeback. A win's a win. A win is a win. I don't care how you get it done. A win is a win. And they're going to enter the bye week now with this momentum. You know, once again, it stays true, as mentioned at the start. Now their 3 wins are all by 1 score, and their 2 losses are blowouts. You know, so hopefully they can, you know, figure out not how to get blown out, but then, you know, I don't give a shit how you get it done as long as it's in between the lines. You find a way to win. They found a way to win today. A win is a win, and the Steelers beat the Ravens 17-10. Like I said, what a game. What a comeback. This defense, I mean, shout out to every single one of them. Playing their hearts out, playing their asses off, making plays left and right. Like, that's when it's good. When it's bad, though, they can't make a stop, you know. And then the offense can't do anything, and that's why they've gotten blown out. But then the games that they've won, the 1-score games, it's, you know, okay, the offense is doing not a lot, but, you know, just enough, it seems like. We'll get to the stats in a minute, but it's, you know, the defense is making them stops. Defense is getting them turnovers. And then they're, for the most part, capitalizing off those turnovers with points. They left a few points off the board, though, today. I thought with some field goals that they could have kicked because they were in field goal range, you know, 3rd downs, but then a couple of sacks, 4th downs, they had to punt, you know. So, I mean, Baltimore did not do a damn thing in the second half. They were shut out the whole entire second half when Pittsburgh came back and scored technically 17 unanswered and won it. 14 in the second half. So yeah, your final score is 17-10. 17-10, Steelers beat the Ravens. Both teams are 3-2. Baltimore plays across the pond next week against Tennessee. Pittsburgh will be off on a bye week before they head to LA to take on the Rams 2 weeks from now for a 4 o'clock game, so be sure to tune in then. I mean, I just can't give enough, you know, credit, enough shout out to the Steeler defense. Just, they know they, you know, are the heart and soul of this team. They know they need to make plays in order for them to win. And they did just that once again today. I mean, that was your, you know, typical Steeler game, typical Steeler win. But by all means, at the end of the day, a win's a win. I don't care how you get it done. You know, just as long as you score more points than your opponent, because it's not golf, it's not the lower score that wins. It's the team that has the most points wins. They got the spark early 4th quarter with the blocked punt. That looked like a potential touchdown, but it was a safety. And then they get the ball back after that. Okay, 10-8 then, because they have to settle for 3. And then get a big first down, 2-minute warning. Another play or two, another couple yards, but then they go deep. And that sort of sealed it. I mean, even though they did have to give them the ball back, you know, once more, because they couldn't get another fucking first down. You know, that was 14-10 then at that point. Baltimore, got the ball back a few more times with not a lot of time left, surprisingly. Just because the Steelers couldn't move the ball still. Couldn't run the clock out. They kicked the field goal, you know, go up 17-10, putting pressure on Baltimore to score to tie to force overtime, which they didn't, because then there's another sack. As both quarterbacks were sacked only once in the whole entire first half. Your stats and scores now, brought to you by Rogue Energy and HopeKThrifts, for a final score of 17-10. Steelers beat the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, as hopefully this loads. Come on. Come on, there we go. Lamar Jackson and Kenny Pickett. Like, Baltimore probably is thinking, how in the hell did we lose this game? Well, I'll start. Drop passes. Not doing anything in the second half. Like the Steelers defense won them this game. The Steelers special teams won them this game. The offense might have scored the final touchdown, but the defense and special teams won. Jackson finished 22 of 38, 236. Had the interception to Joey Porter Jr. on a fade in the end zone. He was sacked 4 times. One of them was a strip sack. That led to the final points with that field goal because they couldn't run the clock out. They had, 100 yards rushing in the first half. They finished with 125. So another reason why they probably lost, because they couldn't fucking run the football in the second half, because the Steelers, hell yeah, were making changes. They made halftime adjustments and stopped the run. Gus Edwards, 12 of 48. Jackson, 6 of 45. And Justice Hill, his touchdown early was the difference. They're up 10-3. He had 7 carries, 32 yards, and a score. They did dish it out, pretty good, though. Pittsburgh secondary, they made plays when they had to. Defense made plays when they had to. More so than not, the pressure into turnovers. Whether it's a strip sack fumble or just a fumble or, an interception, as we saw all of them in this game. Credit to the Steelers defense on the Baltimore offense. They're able to, and I mean, hell, they had, one guy had 5 drops, one guy had 4 drops, other had 1, 2, like they had their chances, they did. But yeah, because Zay Flowers had 5 catches, 73 yards. Mark Andrews had 6 catches, 65 yards. Nelson Aguilar had 4 catches, 64 yards. OBJ, 2 of 13. Of course, he was targeted on that interception in the end zone. That was a touchback then. Justice Hill, 4 of 13 as well. Bateman had to catch for 8 yards. 4 turnovers by the Ravens. Which technically is going to be a total of 3 because they recovered the 1. Or no, 4, excuse me. Yes, 4. 4. You had the fumble. You had another fumble, strip sack, and the interception. And then Tucker was good on his 23-yard field goal. And the extra point. And that's their 10 points. Kenny Pickett, 18 of 32, 224 yards passing, a touchdown. He was also sacked 3 times, so the defense has got after it. This is a low-scoring defense showdown. I mean, this is AFC North football. Jaylen Warren had a few big plays. He did. And at times, once again, he's still looking better than Najee Harris. But, also rock the Naj when you have to, and when he's looking good, it makes for a solid 1-2 punch then. It's just when they're both down and out, not playing well, they really don't have a hell of a lot going in the run game. And then it's more on the quarterback and Kenny Pickett to do something, and the defense to bail them out because the offense can't do shit then for the most part. But, from what I could tell too, I mean, injuries, I think they're okay from start to finish. Still banged up though. Hopefully they're going to be getting some guys back though sometime soon. Because as I've said, they're still going to be in the thick of it. I don't care how fucking good or bad they are. The Steelers are going to be in every fucking game down to the wire unless they're getting blown out like they have a couple times in their 2 losses. 3 wins, of course, 1 score. But a win's a win. You find a way to win. It's all that matters. But then even, as the season progresses later on in the year, they'll be in the hunt. They'll be, I mean, hell, shit. Right now they're top the AFC North because they have 2 division wins. Both at home against the Browns and Ravens. They don't play another divisional opponent once more until the Sunday before Thanksgiving. They got to go to Cincinnati, and then they got to go to Cleveland, in back-to-back weeks. But then after that, it's another month and another couple weeks after that, before they host Cincinnati right before Christmas and then go to Baltimore week 18. So if they can take care of business in between, with the other matchups they got, coming their way, let alone, take care of more business in division, they'll be just fine. Okay? Just, it might seem worse than it is, because at times it is, but as this game was a hell of a lot closer than the score shown earlier, hey, they found a way to come back and win it, so that's all that matters. But, hopefully they can get some guys back healthy. But Jalen Warren, 9 of 40 rushing, Najee, 14 of 37. Pickens had an end-around run for 16 yards. Also led the team in receiving, 6 catches, 130 yards receiving, and the touchdown that took the lead with 1:17 to go. I don't understand why they went for 2 though there, because it was 14-10. You go for 2 at 16-10 if you get it. If you don't get it, it's 14-10, which it was. Okay, is what happened. But then if you kick the field goal, it's 15-10. Okay, it's still a fucking 1-score game. They still need a touchdown to win it. I don't get why they would have went for 2, but they did. They didn't get it. Got the strip sack fumble. Then remember that, and then. Had to settle for 3, 17-10, and, that's all she wrote. Warren had 3 catches, 39 yards. Robinson, 5 of 29. Connor Hayward, 3 of 23. If they got the tight ends the ball a little bit more offensively, if they, probably ran a screen game a little bit more as well, just keep defense off balance. But it starts up front, run game. Run the fucking football. If the running game was better overall, they'd be more solid offensively. They didn't turn the ball every day, which is another reason why they won. But overall, as Cole Holcomb, the defense had a lot of missed tackles. But him and Minka led the team in total tackles with 9, behind Landon Roberts with 8. Quan Alexander was 6. He had a sack, also 3 tackles for loss. As then TJ Watt had 2 sacks. Highsmith had a sack as well. And Joey Porter Jr. had the interception. Boswell was 3-3 on field goals. So you take the points as you can get them. You just find a way to win. I don't care where it's coming from, as long as, once again, in between the lines. Talk about fight. They showed that. And, Baltimore, once again, probably wondering how they lost this game, but even as Pittsburgh probably really didn't, deserve to win, they wanted it more, and they found a way to win. And that's all that matters at the end of the day, because a win's a win, Baltimore had more first downs. Both teams were about the same on third down. They ran 2 more plays than the Steelers did. They had more total yards. Both passing and rushing. They both had 12 total drives, which you don't really see that. There's always at least one team that has 1, if not 2 more drives than the other team. What else we got here? Neither team was really effective in the red zone. Only 5 total penalties for 50 yards total here today. But, 4 total turnovers, 3 by the Ravens, 1 by the Steelers. Which was, that's right, the fumble on the punt return. But then they made up for it with the interception a couple plays later. That's right, okay. And then the Ravens also won the time possession battle by about 30 seconds, 30-14 to 29-46. But the Steelers scored more points, and hey, they won. So that's all that matters. 17-10 your final score. Steelers beat the Ravens. So, I guess that'll do it. For myself, your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Cohen Luke 96. Over here on YouTube, I've said my piece. And that's about it for the time being. But and they wins a win. Once more, I don't care how you get the points. Just find a way to score more than your opponent and win. And they did. They fought back. They came back and they won. And I'll leave it at that. So thanks for tuning in and watching. As always, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. I hope to see everybody next weekend for more college football, NFL, professional wrestling coverage live here on YouTube. Of course, the Steelers are off next week with a bye, so live watch long reactions. The Black and Gold will return in 2 weeks' time. From this very time as well, a little after 4 o'clock, because it'll be a 4 o'clock game out west in LA, as they'll be California Dreamin' taking on the Rams. So hope to see everybody then. But in the meantime, hey, win's the win. They came back and found a way to win 17-10 in the AFC North at home, which is also, big, and beat Baltimore. Officially, your final score once more, 17-10.